All right. Now, while we are allowing other people to join us on the call, I want to hear from some of you all. If you guys can let me know what you do and what are you looking to get out of this class tonight. Uh, this is not the time to be shy. The more detail you guys give me, the more I can tailor what I already have prepared for you all so that you all are uh, getting the worthwhile. So if you can press the number 1 to just come off the mic and share with us, what do you do and what are you looking to get out of this particular masterclass tonight? Anybody? Everybody don't speak at once.
Please. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, Ben, how are you? I'm driving. Hold on, I'm driving, but I'll start it off. Hi, everyone. Hello, Ben. My name is Tiffany. I am from Seventh Harmony Place. I am a spiritual teacher, educator, and so what I'm looking to get out of this class is how to actually, digital systems and digital wealth actually work. I'm actually don't have too much information on this, so I'm excited.
Recording in progress.
I'm excited to get the information and the knowledge that you'll be giving tonight, because I really don't know anything about this topic. So I'm super excited about that, and I'm glad to be here, and thank you for hosting this class.
Awesome. All right, Brother Michael, go ahead.
Yes, my name is Michael. I'm an affiliate marketer, a writer, and what I'm looking to obtain from tonight, based on what I was sent, was to give clarity on myself as it relates to what mental blocks that I may be ignoring, what mental blocks that I don't know about or quite understand that is preventing me from carrying out exactly what I know.
Good. Thank you for sharing that. And when you say you are affiliate marketer of what exactly?
I sell DVA, done for you digital product with courses, and also affiliate marketer for a white label for high level.
All right. Thank you for sharing. Brother Daniel, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Brother Daniel. I guess my situation is a little different, but maybe not, because we're in the digital age. I've been in the cleaning service for 20 plus years. And I know I have the skill to do it bigger than I'm doing it. So I want to see what I can garner this evening and get subcontractors, employees, and go larger than I ever did before and get free.
Thank you for sharing. I want to do this until about 7:05, guys. Let's hear from some more people. Press the number 1. Introduce to us what you do and what are you looking to get out of this particular masterclass tonight. Come on, y'all. iPhone, who just pressed the number 1? iPhone. I don't know your name, but it just says iPhone.
Okay, I think that may have been me. My name is Elijah Muhammad. My program is called Prep One Collegiate Academy. We have the number 1 dual enrollment program for high school students in the United States. Most recently, my younger kids, I'm kind of known for their graduation. They graduated college at 13 years old and 14 years old. We also have a adult program where adults are able to graduate with a 4-year bachelor's degree in 1 year. And so what I'm interested in, what I'm trying to learn is basically how to automate the system. I got quite a few clients that are reaching out to me, and I'm making posts, and I'm getting 30, 40 plus people that are reaching out, and I'm not able to respond to everybody. So I've definitely seen your automation programs and tools, and we definitely are looking forward to, utilizing them and hiring you all to get our system automated.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. By the way, I do want everyone to get a pen and pad. This is going to be a different type of master class. Yes, we're going to be talking about the science of digital wealth, but we are taking a unorthodox approach that you're probably not used to taking when you do these type of webinars. So you're going to discover and you're going to look in the mirror today, because anything that is going on in our business is a reflection of us, not a strategy. So please get you a pen and paper. I'm not just saying that. So hopefully you're not driving. Hopefully you're not cooking. If you can give me about 90 minutes of your time, I'm more than sure that you're going to leave out of here with some value that you didn't have or you wasn't aware of before. Let's go to the next number one that was after him. It was another iPhone number one. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Daryl Polk. I actually work a 9 to 5, but I had a website where I used to take pictures at parties, and I'm trying to get it to where I could promote it to more people and get more promoters to hire me and get people to open my emails and whatnot to see the promoters' parties and show them that I'm a valuable source to their party and their business.
All right. Thank you for sharing that. And what do you want to get out of this particular webinar tonight?
Just more knowledge and confidence to do what I have to do.
Knowledge and confidence to do what you got to do. All right. We got Nakia.
Peace. Hello, everybody. So yes, I'm Nakia. I manage a driving school. So I own a driving school. In addition to that, I also am the curator and owner of the Sacred Grid. So I build communities together in sacred union, helping them align in their gifts and monetize from it. And I have also got into the digital space with Brother Ben and his building, so helping people build systems and putting them online. And I'll say what I want to get from this today is I'm very aware of a lot of what my roadblocks are, but I'm stuck there. So that hump of like getting over and solutioning that is what I'd really love to get from today.
All right. Thank you for sharing. Up next, I see Luna. Go ahead, Luna.
Sorry, it took me a while to unmute myself. I apologize for that.
No problem.
I am the owner of Quality Tax. It's an accounting firm in Arlington, Texas. And I am the founder of Legacy Powerhouse. It's a school of finance.
Okay.
What am I getting here? I'm really not familiar what am I going to get into, but definitely I want to better myself as much as I can. So whatever information I can get to improve, that's what I'm here for.
What information do you want to get out of tonight's class? What do you want to get out of tonight?
Well, the Science of Digital Wealth, when I was reading into it, it's more like digital and AI maybe, which I'm not too familiar with that aspect. And I do know that I need to evolve with digitally versus how I've been doing things.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. So learning more about AI, digital marketing, things of that nature. Is that what you're looking into?
Yeah, because I don't, that's what because I don't know what I'm getting myself into, honestly. I'm open to whatever I'm going to get from the class. Definitely ready with pen and paper.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to get your feedback at the end then.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we got iPhone. Another one iPhone. Whoever that was, iPhone. All right, let's go to Brother Hightower.
Hey, what's up, family? And what's up there, Brother Ben? I am the founder of Hightower Consulting. And what we do is help people in a place of uncertainty to get them to a place of clarity using diagnostic assessments. Also, we also bring people in regards to helping them with conflict resolutions, and we're geared towards entrepreneurs, couples, and vendors. Part of the consulting business is we actually partner with other vendors using a couple of nonprofits that we are connected with. And also part of that, we're about to start our Hightower Global Foundation nonprofit, which is going to help with culture and heritage, tradition, as well as tourism. So we're looking to bridge so many gaps to make global impact in a positive way. What I'm looking to get tonight, man, is the opportunity to network, as well as the opportunity to see what opportunities will present for us to collaborate and enhance each other and just elevate together.
Thank you. Sister Shalon.
Oh my goodness, how do I come behind that? Greetings, everyone. Okay, so I am an author and I'm looking to market myself more. I'm realizing within the last year or so that I am the most introverted someone that I could have ever thought that I was. And I'm so in a shell and I'm trying to break it. And for whatever reason, I just won't break this shell that I'm in of not wanting to talk. I know I'm looking to speak better, to just come out and allow myself to speak. That's what I'm looking to get out of this class. More clarity on this deep introvertedness that I have, and that is not allowing me to market my book, which is so very much so needed.
Thank you for sharing. And then lastly, we about to get started, fam. Lastly, Sister Faith, go ahead.
Hey guys, my name is Faith Dixon. I'm the owner of the Lotus Garden Body and Cosmetics. Well, I sell and I create natural skincare products that are catered more so to Black women. Outside of that, I also have a content series on TikTok called The Stone Scientist, where I pretty much go over the benefits of psychedelics and other medicinal plants. And my biggest issue that I have right now, it's so many other ventures that I want to get into. I feel like I'm kind of, it's not that I've lost focus, but I feel like I'm focusing on so many things at once. And I'm trying to be consistent, but at the same time, it's so many things that I'm trying to do that is kind of making me inconsistent. So what I really want to gain from this class is just basically regaining my focus so that I can, properly scale my businesses.
All right. Thank you for sharing. All right, I'm about to come on the screen. I got a question for you all. I want you to comment me in the comment section if you have a business already. Like you have an established business, you know what your offer is, you kind of know who you serve, maybe you even made some sales before and you feel like a little stuck. Let me know if you already have a business. I want you to comment me in the comment section. All right. My second request is if you feel like your problem is you need help with marketing. And when I say you need help with marketing, you're not posting as consistent as you could be and should be. I want you to comment yes in the comment section. Just comment yes. If that's you, if I'm talking to you. If I'm talking to you. All right. How many of y'all believe that you need more marketing game? The reason you're not able to market is because, man, I don't know how to market. I don't know what to do when it comes to marketing. I want you to press the number 3 in the comment section. All right. All right, we're going to see if that is true tonight. I don't think it is, but we're going to see if that is true. Can y'all see my screen where it says the science of digital wealth? Let me switch my mic. Okay, we should be good to go. All right, the science of digital wealth. How your mental paradigm controls what you create, sell, receive, and build online. Now, one more question I have for you guys. For those of y'all who are not hitting your financial goal, you still living check to check. Your income has not increased for the last maybe year or so. I want you to put in the comment section, simple as possible, maybe just one sentence, why you think that's the case. You can say, Brother Ben, I don't got an offer. You can say, Brother Ben, I don't have enough leads. You can say, Brother Ben, I don't have a website. Whatever you think it is. You can say, Brother Ben, I'm slow. You can say, Brother Ben, my mindset. Whatever you think it is, I want you to put in the comment section what you think it is. So we got not enough leads. We got I'm not marketing. Thank you all. Who else? What do you think it is? I'm not structured properly. Structure and systems. Okay. I don't even know what I'm doing. All right. Too many projects and feeling not enough time. Okay. Procrastinating. I'm not doing enough marketing and I need another website. Simply put, I just have not done the work. I'm not really interested in my niche. Oh man. Okay. What else? Come on. I see we got 30 some people. Let's see. I have scaled in my business by word of mouth and I got confident with that route only. Okay. Probably 99% of you all, that's not the real reason. 99% of what I saw so far probably isn't the real reason. And we're gonna break it down. Y'all ready? Okay, I told you this gonna be a little ride. Take a ride with me. Okay, here we go. So, some of you guys don't know me, so I'm going to just share a few testimonials, a few whatever from those, but then we're gonna get right into it. The minister said, now Ben got a heck of a program. A lot of people listen to Brother Ben, and Ben tells them about the minister, Brother Billionaire PA. And you'll get these slides. He talked about how we work together and how I was one of the most authentic people and transparent. This is what some of our students have said. I can honestly attribute success of my first client directly to the influence of Brother Ben. You got somebody else says life-changing. When I joined my offer, it was to make bread. Through working with Brother Ben, I learned my true purpose, packaged my offer, created a lead magnet, built a funnel, and automated it. Brother Ben X is the college degree of what he does. An amazing coach, more like doctor of coaching. And then Brother Ben X delivers an exceptional learning experience that has genuinely transformed how I operate. All right, so for those, again, who don't know me, I have helped generate over $30 million online. I quit my job back in 2016 after making a conscious decision. I've helped over 20,000 students help build 4 7-figure businesses, and I have studied the mind, personal development, and human potential since about 2018. And I've been teaching what I do for about 10 years now, okay? All right, and I'm rushing because I want to get straight to the slides. Those things is just for those who don't know me and you care about that stuff. That's just some information about me. I'm ready to get to you. All right, what you will walk away with from the science of digital wealth. This training is designed to help you stop building from fear and start creating from a place of peace, purpose, and power. We're going to reveal the hidden mental paradigm behind procrastination, inconsistency, fear, and self-sabotage. Before I move on to the next bullet points, I want you to press number 1. If you can relate to any of those, you know that you procrastinate, you know that you're inconsistent, there's a little fear there, and you actually self-sabotage yourself whenever you get a little success. We're going to understand why strategy alone actually fails when your self-image rejects the target you say you want. We're going to learn how your thoughts, your identity, and your internal programming control what you create, sell, receive, and build or don't build online. You're going to leave with a clear path to rewind your inner blueprint so you can create more income, impact, and peace. Now, for those of y'all who didn't know why you showed up, that is the purpose and what we're going to learn today. Now, is that why you're here? Yes or no? Because if you're not, save yourself some time, but I'll still stick around anyway. But this is what we're going to learn here in a minute. All right. Now, for those of y'all who stay towards the end, I am going to show you guys a way to get the following bonuses. All right. You're going to get the guide, which is the Secrets to Making Money Online guide. That goes more of the tactical things to actually build your business. And then we're going to get the business business checklist. Start every day with the paradigm that leads you to do what needs to be done in order for you to create the business you want. So if you guys stick around and follow the instructions at the end of this video, these are the bonuses that I'm going to give you guys for giving me your time. So after doing this for 10 years now, I realize when scripture says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. How many of y'all heard that? We hear it all the time in scripture, right? It was right. But what I realized is a lot of people don't know how to actually do that for your business. If you put in the work, the results will show up for you. But the problem is many of us are not able to put in the work. And we're not able to put in the work not because we're missing a strategy, but because you're missing something internally about yourself. So the 3 secrets we're going to be dealing with: the law of compensation, the paradigm for success, and we're going to go over introducing to you guys my rewire formula and program. Before we begin, what keeps people stuck in the same cycle every year, no matter the business information they have? What do you guys think? What keeps people stuck? Why is it? How many of y'all can relate to this? You buy course after course. You don't went to this program. You don't went to this conference. You don't went to this podcast, and you got all this information. You downloaded all these PDFs. You getting all these free guides from people on Instagram, but you still not executing. Why is that? How and when does executing for your business become a habit? How do we do that? And what is stopping you from earning the money you see others making? My answer is every one of those questions. The answer is your inner paradigm. And we're going to break down what a paradigm is, what it means, and how it affects your life. But again, we always quote, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Be ye transformed, not by the renewing of your funnel. Be ye transformed, not by the renewing of your business partner. Be ye transformed by the renewing of the mind. So on this webinar, I'm going to simplify the process of earning money so that even a fool can understand. And you guys will be able to ask questions at the end. On this webinar, I'm going to show you the framework of how to think and truly go rich. Now, many of us heard about the book, Think and Go Rich, but many of us didn't apply what we read. Did y'all know? Can somebody tell me what Think and Grow Rich, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, even Rich Dad, Poor Dad, all these books, what do they have in common? Do they tell you to go do a particular business model? Do they say, hey,
Transformation of the mindset.
Yeah. Do they say, hey, everybody needs to do real estate? Do they say, hey, everybody needs to do trading? Do they give you a business model and say, hey, you need to sell digital products? Do they say you need to do wholesaling? I notice that's not necessarily what they do. They don't say, hey, there's only one particular way to get wealthy. But what I notice in all of them, they all deal with mindset. Now, in our community, we have said mindset so much that it has lost its power. We just say, oh, mindset. Oh, I got to work on my mindset. But you don't know what that really means. So what I want to do is break down today, what does it really look like to transform the mind? All right. I'm going to give you the secret from the book Habakkuk in the Bible where it says, write it down and make it plain. Y'all heard of that, right? Write it down and make it plain. How many of y'all heard of that? So that those who read it, they can see it and it's plain. They can go on with it. How many of y'all heard that, right? Now, here's my question. How many of y'all, if you have a clear, specific goal written down, your 90-day goal, I want you to comment the number 1. If you don't have a specific goal written down that you read every day, I want you to comment the number 2. And be honest. Because most people, when I talk to them, I say, what's your goal? They get to looking in the sky. They don't even have a goal that they're striving after. So that's one of the first steps that you're going to learn is you got to have a target that you're striving after, or else, as they say, life is going to be lifing. You're going to be letting life create a reality for you versus you creating a reality in your own life. Who are you? This is what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. He says, I am for the acquiring of knowledge or the accumulating of knowledge, as we now call it education. But look at what he said, y'all. First, My people must be taught the knowledge of what? Funnels? Knowledge of business? Knowledge of marketing? Knowledge of self. He said, then and only then will they be able to understand others and that which surrounds them. Now, I'm going to bring this quote to life today. I'm going to prove to you how your lack of knowledge of yourself and your lack of awareness of yourself has been affecting your business. That's my promise to you today. I'm going to prove anybody that have these problems that you stuck, I'm going to prove that it's the lack of knowledge of ourself and awareness of self that has us paralyzed. So hold me to that by the end of this, okay? Look, Brother Neary says you are not a body with a mind in it. You are a mind with a body wrapped around it. Who's doing this right here, y'all? What's making me do this? What's making me do this right here, huh? Is it my hands? Is it my arms? Did my elbow move? Did my shoulder say I want to move? My mind did. So if my body is truly a slave to my mind, why when I want to change the way that I'm acting, why when I want to change the behavior, why don't I go back here? This is why you have people that has hit the lottery, hit the jackpot, and what happens, y'all? They go broke. This is why they go over there to the Dominican Republic or wherever they go and get cut up, surgery, but they come back home and gain the weight back. How does that happen? Because you started from the outside, but you didn't start from the inside. It is your self-image and how you saw yourself that lead to you eating and your behavior that got you fat in the first place. We don't have a money problem. We have a mindset problem. This is why you can give somebody $100,000 who financial blueprint is not programmed for $100,000 and they're going to self-sabotage and lose the money. They're going to find a way to lose the money and come right back down to their financial thermostat. Is this making sense so far? Okay, I ain't trying to be too deep. Now, but I'm trying to make it plain for you. Okay, let's go back to the screen. All right, look. Let's understand who we are, okay? We are spiritual beings. It says God is spirit, but watch this. It said worship him in spirit and in truth. Well, we got the truth and mess to the black man. Spirit is dependent on the material. So do you know that even in our scripture, it said you are the temple of God? You are the real temple of God and that the spirit dwells in you? This ain't the real me. This flesh body gotta go. But this ain't the real me. This is why I can close my eyes and I can see, although I'm closing my physical eyes, if I take myself to Walmart, I can see Walmart. If I want to hear something, I could imagine a voice. Because the real me is that which is on the inside, but it's still man because it is dependent on the material. So we have the thoughts coming from the spiritual side. This is what we call, I got downloads, okay? Now we use our intellect, that consciousness, to develop what we call ideas. So I got a thought, but now I'm consciously with my intellect thinking about the idea. And then I use my physical body and other physical bodies to bring it into existence. So the pathway is subconscious thinking or that thought. It turns into an idea. The idea, after you work the plan, it becomes a thing. That's how everything came into existence. Look at what the minister said. Man is the cause that produces the effect. All man has to know is how to cause the effect that he desires, then work to bring the effect into existence. Now this next slide, when I first seen this, oh no, not this one. We're gonna go over. So what you're looking at right now is the thought process of how everything that you see came into existence. It started with a thought, that's spiritual. The ideal is the intellect. Executing the plan through thoughts, and then it became a thing. Well, what do you mean by that, Brother Ben? This mic, everything that you see exists twice. This mic was first only present in the womb of somebody's mind. This couch that I'm sitting on was first only a thought in somebody's mind. The phone that you're listening to me on or the computer that you're watching me through was only a thought first in somebody's mind, and it became a physical thing. Am I wrong? Let me know if I'm wrong now. This stand, this lamp, these lights, everything. So if we really want to change our life, we shouldn't start with changing this up. I got to change here, my thought process, what I think about me. What I think controls my actions. My actions is what I think controls how I feel about myself, or some in other conscious realms, they may say your vibration. That's the feeling that leads to the actions or the behavior. The actions and behavior leads to what the result is. And the result is what comes from the action. So if we want to change the fruit, we got to change the root. I don't change a young brother that's in the streets by jacking them up and saying, give me your gun, and going to another block. What's going to happen, family? He's going to go to another block and find another gun. I don't stop a man that's on drugs and snatch the drugs from him and smack the cigarette out his hand and say, brother, stop it. He's going to go to another corner and find more drugs, because it's the thought process that led to him wanting getting it anyway. Is this making sense? So if that's the case, we also got to do that for myself. You're not posting because you don't know how to post. You're not executing with your marketing because you couldn't find out on YouTube for free from several YouTube videos how to market. You can go to ChatGPT, they say, and get all of the business game. You know that. Why haven't you been executing it? It's not because you ain't got access to it. Something much deeper than that. It's the mind. Anybody disagree? Let me know. Okay. Now, scripture says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. This is Romans 12:2. But what does the mind look like? Many of us think in pictures. Let's prove it. If I told all of y'all, close your eyes and see a dog. Can you see the dog? Type yes if you can see the dog. If I say, go to your granny kitchen from back in the day, can't you take your mind back to granny kitchen and you see, oh, that's where the cabinet was. Oh, the TV was right there. Oh, granny room was right there. This is the door I used to come in. Can't you see it? If I say, go to your bedroom right now, lay in the bed, can't you see yourself laying in the bed? How is that? But when I say look at the mind, give a picture of the mind, what image comes up for you guys? Anybody want to share? Somebody come out the mic. If I say, okay, now see the mind, what does that look like? Anybody come out the mic. Let me know what do you see when I say, what picture comes up when I say mind?
A skeleton head, a skull, a brain with some electricity going on.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. Now let's look at an image that was created by someone years ago to give us an image of the activity of the mind. Now, before I get to that, there's something called dual coding theory. You know how some of us say we are visual learners? So this is pioneered by a psychologist named Allen. He says when you process information through both verbal and visual channels, you create multiple pathways to a memory, making the concept far easier to learn, understand, and recall later. How many of y'all say, I'm a visual learner? If somebody got charts, if somebody got, like the infographics, it makes it easier for you to understand. Or if somebody's telling a story, and you can think of a movie versus the hard facts, it's easier for you to understand when you can, associate it with a movie or an image or something you've seen. Just comment me if you can relate to that. Well, somebody came up with an image of the mind so that we can understand what's taking place within our conscious and our subconscious mind. Let me show you. So this is from a man out here in Texas, Dr. Thurman came up with this back in 1934. This is a simple picture of the mind. So it's like a stick figure. So on the top, you got your conscious mind, right? Underneath that, you got the subconscious mind. Many times we're thinking with the conscious, but our automatic stuff that we do every day, like tying our shoe now, getting up, brushing your teeth, hopefully, and walking, all of that is subconscious, because now it is an automated habit that now our subconscious mind just does automatically. You ever notice sometimes you texting on your phone and driving and you end up taking the exit and then consciously think about taking the exit, but you like, dang, I didn't even think about taking the exit. I'm already on my way home. Happened to y'all before? So think about this. So the conscious mind have those 5 senses: hearing, seeing, touch, smell, all that good stuff, right? We learned that in school. But do we know our mind got those as well? Now look at this from Closing the Gap. Now this is the slide I was talking about. Heavy slide right here. You're going to have to come to grips with yourself right here. We are told in the scripture that as a man or woman thinketh in his heart, so is he. He said, at no time does man ever manifest or experience anything that he is not conscious of being. Try as you might to fight the circumstances, situations, or people, it is like shattering a full body mirror. You are only fighting the image, not the source of the image, which is your consciousness. Now, this piece right here is where some of us, this gonna hurt. He says, everything in your life, from the way your furniture is arranged to the way your life events play out, is a direct result of the sum total of your thoughts. I'm talking about the money in our bank account, our health, our relationships, the things that happen to me and around me. It is a direct result of my thoughts, how I see myself. So we look at our bank account. What thought process has led me here? We look at the condition of our health. What thought process has led me here? We look at our relationships. What thought process has led me here? We finna uncover it. So the conscious mind is where our intellect is. Now I want to show us today, as they are called, 6 higher faculties. So these are tools of the mind that we use unconsciously, but we have the power to use these to our advantage. Some of us are just using them wrong. We got perception, will, memory, imagination, reason, and intuition. This is what separates man from the beast. See, the animals, they moving off instinct. We have the power to see something and reason with it. Hold on now. Let me look at this here. We have the power to sit down and imagine a building, and then the building comes into existence. An ebook or a book, and then the book comes into existence. We have a will. Animals is moving off instinct. God has shared his power with us to be able to say, be, kun fire kun, and it is. We can bring whatever the brain can conceive, we can achieve. We got that power. But we have not learned how to properly use these tools of the mind in that repetition to train ourselves to bring it into existence. That's the problem that we have. All right, let's deal with it. Let's deal with it one at a time. So your body has 5 senses: see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. These tell us what's happening on the outside. The mind, the inside world, perception, will, memory, imagination, reason, intuition, those help you create and control what is happening on the inside of you. Really quick, who in here really needs a breakthrough? I'm talking about you've been stuck. I'm talking about, man, you've been stuck for a long time. You have felt like you have been paralyzed for a long time. You feel like you lost, you don't get it, you just, woo, for a long time. All right, let's see what we're going to do. Jamila, can you come off the mic and tell me what area of your life do you feel you need a breakthrough and you have been stuck? Come off the mic and let us know.
Well, um, probably because I'm relating too much to my past, and that's what's keeping me stuck.
Let's start here. What area are you stuck in? Is it business? Is it personal? Is it what area are you stuck in?
Business and personal.
Okay, business. What aspect of business are you stuck?
Well, I'm not really passionate about what I'm promoting, and that's probably why I'm not successful in it.
Why did you choose that then if you're not passionate about it?
Well, because in the Make Money Online niche, they're like, well, like resell the course, but it's like it's kind of boring to me. Like the Make Money Online niche is kind of boring to me, so that's that's why.
So why did you choose it?
I chose it because I was thinking like, okay, well, I see like everybody, like I see all these people making money in this niche, so I'm gonna try it.
All right, so why didn't you try something that you can still make money online that you're actually passionate about?
I guess because like I would have to like, because I'm focusing on digital products, so I would have to make the product from scratch, and I was focusing on like selling a done for you product, so I didn't have to make one.
All right, cool. Perfect. All right, so now we're going to deal with perception. Your current perception about what you're doing is what?
I don't really know how to answer the question.
How do you see what you're doing? Like you're doing this to make money. Why do you need to make money?
Well, I ended up losing everything, and I had to move in with my parents. So I eventually want to become completely independent and move out on my own.
Awesome. Tell me something that you are passionate about.
I like dressing up, looking fly, stuff like that. I like cooking. I like baking.
Tell me your number one passion. I'm talking about something that lights you up. I mean, I love doing this.
Making money.
What? I mean, you just said two. All you gotta do is pick one.
I have a lot of different passions. Like, I can't name one because I can do a lot of things.
Okay, well, let's name one.
Well, like the way I display myself online is completely different from my real life. Like in my real life, like I'm able to like I'm a telepath, so I'm able to like literally do magic. But like how I portray myself online is like completely different. Like you would never know like who I am in person.
Awesome. Tell me something that you're passionate about. Just give me one.
I like to bake.
You like to bake. Okay. Are there people in the world that make a lot of money baking?
Yes.
Why didn't you choose baking? Doing something that relates to baking.
I was just stuck on like seeing everybody making money and the Make Money Online niche reselling a course. Like that's just what I was stuck on for a long time.
Okay, But why didn't you say, hey, I'm going to go online and make money baking because people are also making money online baking?
I don't have an answer.
Okay, so your current perception is I saw others making money online this way. Did you think it was going to be easier because they were doing it?
Yeah.
Got it. And when you thought it was going to be easier, what was your perception of all you had to do to make it happen?
They were teaching like go live to promote the course.
Got it. How many times have you gone live?
I went live one time and I was so nervous on the live, like I was stuttering, but I at least did it.
Okay, and when was the last time you went live?
June 6th this year.
And when did you get this course that does the reselling?
This course, I bought it April 9th of this year.
April.
Not Digital Boss Academy, it was another course.
All right, so April, May, June. So 3 months you went live once.
Yeah.
And what's your current?
Because I was just scared
and what's
to
your
go
current
live.
and what's your current perception about going live? Why didn't you continue?
I didn't continue because like what I said I'm like, okay, I need to get a script together. But then I was like, okay. Then I really like looked at the course. I'm like, well, it's not really nothing inside this course. They just teach you to resell it. So I was like, this is not really a product I want to have behind my name. So I just never went live again.
Okay, what about Digital Boss Academy? Because I know that one does have a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and then I was thinking about putting this like a live script together.
Yeah.
Like promoting the digital boss bot inside of it, because like the main thing is like AI now. So I was thinking like, okay, I can have a little workshop in the live to where I'm like walking people through how to make a digital product really fast, and
Okay.
then like.
And
okay,
why?
like
So
okay,
why?
you got a digital product now. You need to learn how to market it, and then lead them to just Digital Boss Academy.
Yeah. And why haven't you done that? Did you do it? Why haven't you done it this week? What's been your perception?
I'm honestly like just stuck in my head from my like the personal side of my life.
Yeah, I know that.
And
I know
that's what keeps
but
me
what part?
stagnant.
Like, what's the thought process behind being stuck? So, like, what stopped you from going live on Monday? What was the thought process? Because if you know, hey, they're teaching to go live, and you saw others going live to actually sell it, when you're about to hit that button or you're thinking about hitting the button, what's your perception of going live?
I'm like, okay, what I'm gonna say?
All right, so the perception is I don't know what to say. Correct?
Yeah.
All right, what else?
I don't really know how to structure the live to like lead it to making sales.
Got it. Okay. Are there YouTube videos out there on how to go live, how to structure the live, and don't the digital boss bot, ChatGPT, if you ask it, want to give you a script?
Yes.
And you knew that already, right?
Yes.
So why didn't you do it?
I guess I could say it's just the fear of going live.
And what is that thought process that comes up about going live? When you go live, what are you afraid of exactly?
I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Got it. Okay.
Like in person, like I know what to say to people. When I get online, I'm like, I just be stuttering. I'm like, I just be looking like real nervous when I get on the camera.
Yeah, and there's a reason behind it. What's the difference between in person and on and doing it on camera? What's the thought process behind it?
I don't really know.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I think you'll discover it as we move on. What I want to share then, why I took so much time with her, is because the external excuses that you heard. Well, I don't know what to say. Well, I know, being a part of DBA, you can go to the digital boss bot, and we know that you can ask it, what do I say as a script? And it'll give it to you. I know, like many of you all know, if you're in DBA, you can go to the search bar and you can hear Brooklyn break down how to go live. She even gives you the scripts. And I'm sure many of us know that. But our perception about going live, or our perception about ourselves, could it be, I'm not ready? I'm not prepared. I don't really know this. Although we have the information, is right there in the course. But if I tell myself, I'm not ready, I'm not prepared, there's something deeper, I will use all of these excuses like I didn't know what to say. I don't have a script. I got nervous. You got nervous because of what we're thinking about ourselves. So the first thing we have to do is switch the perception. I may not have a lot of experience in this, but there's a script from someone who is well experienced that has already given me what to say. So I'm using the proof from someone who's already done it and has already made money. I don't have to be perfect, because as I go live, I am going to perfect it as I go live. I am going to make mistakes. However, other people have also made mistakes. The more I go live, the better I am. I'm not worried about people judging me, because the more they see me and critique me, the more I actually can get better with the next live stream. So our perception about ourselves, not that she didn't have in the curriculum, and luckily I'm in the curriculum, so I know there's a whole module that literally covers it. And the boss bot that she's literally talking about is a chat GPT that if you ask it, it will literally give you the answer. So is that really the problem, or is it something mentally? So let's continue. Thank you for being vulnerable too about that. Perception is how you choose to see something. Two people can go through the same exact thing and see it completely differently. One person says, I failed. This means I'm not good enough. Another person says, I learned. Now I know what to fix. Same situation, different perception. Perception is powerful because you do not respond to life as it is. You respond to life as you see it. So if your perception is off, your reaction and your behavior is going to be off. This is why you have many people that say, I'm shy when it comes to social media. But if you ever met them in person at the family reunion, a lot of them be the most talkative. But they introverts online. Why is that? Another example. You post a video and you only get 100 views. Quote unquote only. Bad perception says nobody cares about my content. I'm not good enough. I must not be a good speaker. You look at it as something bad with you. A better perception of that, just seeing it in a different way. Good, I got data. Now I can improve the hook to make it better next time. Question. How many of you all have posted, and be honest, you didn't get as many views as you thought you was going to get, and so you deleted the video? Now, she just said, I have. Why do we do that? Why? Why did we delete it? Anybody want to share why you deleted it? Man, you posted it, only got 2 likes. Dang, let me delete this one right here.
Ben,
Yes.
I've never done that per se before. Post something, I've never taken it down regardless of how many likes it's got or views it's gotten. However, for those of us who may have done it, it could be because the actual.
I only want to hear from those who actually. I want to hear their real thoughts. Who actually did it before?
Okay.
So
yes,
who
sir.
actually done it? I want to hear from you. Who actually did it?
Hey, Peace. I have definitely done it quite a few times.
Why is that?
Oh man, I have done that because I second guessed myself. I felt like maybe I didn't do this good enough. Maybe this wasn't relaying the right message.
Okay, anybody else? Why did you do it?
The reasons why I have done it, I will piggyback on what she said. Maybe this was not good enough, or I look too fat.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I look too fat. Write that down as something that you told yourself, and we'll deal with that later. All right. Next, will. So the first one is perception. Y'all understand that? Basically, what this means is if I'm looking at something, I just need to change my perception about it. I'm calling somebody. Hey, are you interested in my product? No, I'm not interested in that. Some people's perception is I'm not good enough. I have been rejected. When the perception could be, oh, this person simply didn't need the product at the moment. They didn't reject me. Possibly I could have opened that up a different way from a cold call perspective, whatever the case may be. One person behavior, if they say I am not good enough, it will demotivate me to make the next sales call. The next one is just getting data. Oh, let me try this hook the next time. So all we're doing when we have a situation that's unfavorable, probably all we have to do is switch our perception of it so that we can have a different attitude, which will lead to a different behavior, which will lead to a different action. Is that clear? The next one is will. The power to place your attention on what matters. Now, this is very important when it comes to making money on social media. Will is your ability to focus, not willpower like forcing yourself, but will means you can take your attention and place it on one thing, even when distractions are trying to pull you away. Example, you say you want to build a business, but your mind keeps jumping to Instagram, problems, drama, fear, shade room, bills, opinions, housewives of Atlanta. Your will has the ability to say, no, we are focusing on the goal and the goal alone. Now, this one is very important. Why is this very important? This actually relates to the sister that just came. We have a passion. We have a gift. We have a purpose. The scripture says your gift will make room for you, by the way, not somebody else's gift. We're chasing everybody else's gift. If you don't control your will, you'll be all over the place. Somebody say, oh, you want to make money with trading? Look how much money I made with trading. You over here. Somebody say, look at how much money I made with e-commerce. You jumping over here. Look at how much money I made with done-for-you courses, and all you got to do is resell the course. You jumping over here. Somebody say, oh, I made a bunch of money doing consulting. You jumping over here. How many of y'all, that's you? Over the last 5 to 10 years, you done hop from program to program, from business model to business model, and ain't stuck with one of them. That's willpower. You have the willpower to say, I see that, but I'm focused here. I see this person talking about this, but I'm focused here. Discipline. We have the power to say, no, not right now. And you have to train yourself and force yourself almost to think it, to just say, hey, no, we're not going to go there. I know they invited me over here to this conference. Oh, there's this new business opportunity. No, I'm focused on it. I have had to do that so many times. Brother Ben, you got to follow him. Brother, if you got a niche opportunity, brother, man, you could be making millions. No, sir, brother, I'm focused on this right now. I could be in a position where this new thing ain't even made money yet. No, sir, brother, I cannot do that right now. I'm focused on this. It's a conscious decision you have to make, or else you're never going to give one thing enough energy to do what you need to do. You work in a particular way to market, then somebody else say, well, I went live I'm doing this now, and now you switching this up. Somebody say, I'm doing low ticket. Now you switch to low ticket. Somebody say they're doing high ticket. Okay, you switch to high ticket. And I've been there, by the way. I'm not talking down. I've been there. I see somebody doing high ticket. Well, let me do high ticket. Somebody said, no, you got to do low ticket. Okay, I switched my whole business model. Now we going low ticket. You need to do continuity, community. Okay, now I'm switching everything. So I'm all over the place. not giving one thing the effort that it needs. And a lot of you all are comparing your 10 weeks to somebody else's 10 years. You don't know behind the scenes, they've been doing that for 10 years and they've been working their way up to that. And you think you're finna switch it and in 10 weeks you're gonna get there. And if you're not where they at in 10 weeks, you failed. That's not the case. Again, that's perception. Is this relating to anybody? Is this hitting home for anybody? Okay. Will is what lets you stay locked in. A weak will gets pulled by everything. A developed will says, this is what I'm doing and I'm choosing to stick with it. And here's the secret about making money online, y'all. And I've been able to help generate over $30 million online. All of it worked. Let me save you some money. You ain't even got to guess. All of it works, y'all. Trading works. E-commerce works. Drop shipping works. Etsy works. Selling ebooks work. Digital products work. Consultations work. Webinars work. Challenges work. All of them work, y'all. Which one are you going to stick to? First, you got to ask yourself, how much time, what following do I have, what resources do I have, and what money do I have? That should determine which model you use. Now, that's another webinar where we go into more so straight business marketing. But all of them work. So stop looking for the silver bullet, the one thing that's just gonna make you a millionaire no, this what we talking about today is what will get you there, because your mindset. So you don't realize when it comes to trading, this person can be trading while you trading, but he has a different emotional intelligence than you do. The market is very emotional. He's way more developed as a human being than you. So you wonder how they making this money and they doing trading and I'm doing trading and I keep losing. Two different mindsets. It's internal. How this person able to make money with the DBA program, I'm seeing them make 10,000, 100,000. I ain't made nothing. Well, the mindset, they consistent. They on TikTok shop. They on Instagram. They going live even if it's one person and they talking to that one person as if they talking to 100. Same program. Y'all got the same offer. Somebody's making way more money, not because they got a different program than you, but they got a different program than you. Did y'all picking up what I'm? Come on, y'all picking it up? So that's the so that's the key. Let's continue. Okay, next. Now this is a heavy one for a lot of you all, especially some of you who have been through heavy trauma. Memory. How the past is revealed and often misused by you. Memory is your ability to bring back information, experiences, lessons, images from the past. But here's the key. Most people misuse it. They say, well, last time I tried, it didn't work. People never support me. I hear that one all the time. People never, don't nobody support me. My city don't support me. You ain't even talked to 20% of your city and you talking about your city don't support you. 90% of your city don't even know what your offer is. 90% of your city don't even know you exist, but you telling yourself, my city don't support me. It's a million people in your city. I always mess things up. That memory is used against you. If your mother treated you a certain way and you interpret that as I'm not worthy, and you take that into your adulthood, I can tell you why you're not going live. If you feel like from your parents as a child, you wasn't worthy, if you was molested, if you was touched, if you was abused, even verbally, by those who brought you into the world, who are supposed to be your protectors, if they made you feel unworthy, how can you feel worthy to change the world? Post content and show up consistently when you don't feel qualified, you don't feel worthy. So I can give you the scripts. I can give you the ChatGPT bot. I can give you the framework in a course. But if something internal don't feel qualified, don't feel worthy, don't feel good enough, feel like they was always told, shut up. Whenever you spoke and used your voice, you was always debased. I can tell you why you can't go live consistently, although you know how to do it. I can tell you why you can't post content consistently, although you got all the hooks, you bought all the ebooks about how to create content, you got all the courses about marketing, but you still ain't doing it. It ain't got nothing to do with a lack of a course. It has nothing to do with a lack of a PDF. Anybody can anybody relate to what I'm saying? You seen all the YouTube videos about how to create content, the 3 simple steps, but you can't even apply the 3 simple steps, and it ain't got nothing to do with the frameworks. Who can relate to that?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
This is our brother Sharif, brother.
Go ahead. You wanted to comment on that?
Yes, I did, dear brother. I'm going to speak to myself. You know, I can be honest enough with myself to say that what I did for a very long time, and I'm learning not to do, is pay money. I'm paying money for courses, but what I'm really paying money for is to get somebody else to believe in me instead of me believing in myself.
That's big, man. And that awareness is what I need you guys to have. My whole point with this here, the first step is you got to become aware of the pattern. Because if we don't reveal the pattern, then you will do it and not realize what's happening. And let me tell you what other people do. They buy the course because it tells yourself I'm being productive. So there's a dopamine hit. I paid for it, but then you run. I know a couple people do that. I have people that have paid me. And then I say, hey, can you just do this? And they go ghost. They find a way to, I don't got time. I ain't got the time. I don't do this. And you're creating that subconsciously. You got plenty time. You got more time than you think you do. But if I can keep working on my offer, if I can just pay for the course, if I can say, well, I paid for the program, you feel productive, but really the hidden payoff is I get to stay protected. I don't have to execute. I don't have to be out there. I don't have to step in the lane that I'm not 100% sure about. I can continue to hide, but I paid for it though. I bought the program. I bought the consulting. But then something tells you, I'm afraid now. Let's hide. Let's stop responding to the text. Don't show up to the Zoom call. Don't answer the calls. Go find something. Go get busy. Because you finna go into some territory that's afraid. This is a lot of people, man. I'm telling you. I have seen people buy my course and they don't realize on the back end we can see your progress. Brother Ben, I still ain't. You ain't open video number 1. But it just felt good to say, I've invested in something. I've done something. So you work behind the scenes. So you work behind the scenes and become very good behind the scenes. So I encourage you to think about this. What your strengths are, a lot of times is who you had to become to survive something. So you have gotten so good at becoming the person who needed to survive something really of how you felt about yourself. That ain't who you really are. You just got good at it because that's a good mask for me. It's a good mask because I can keep those inner vulnerable parts hidden. This is why so many people that's great at what they do, and you see somebody else making money, you see somebody else out there, and in your mind, you know, man, I know I'm way colder than them. What I got, man, you can't lose with the stuff I use, but you can't even put it out there like them. Not because you can't go buy and somebody set it up for you. It's internal belief about yourself. And look, some people, you have no idea, are insecure, lack confidence, but again, they have become so great at something that they do, you wouldn't even be able to tell. No, not him, not her. She can't be. But you don't realize the way that they organize their life. I don't got the time happens subconsciously. They have created a life that says, I don't have time to put myself out there consistently because it keeps them protected. Now that's deep. I ain't got enough time to stick on that, but I thank you for coming off the mic and sharing that because trust me, it's not just you. A lot of people do that and don't know why they do it. And then what'll happen is, think about how much money that's costing us. You gonna do it a year from now. Okay, here go another shiny object, AI blueprint. Okay, let me buy it. So I can say I bought something new. And then guess what? You don't use it. Oh, a conference is coming. Let me go to Invest Fest. Because guess what? If I go and I travel, I'm doing something for my business. You bring your butt right back home and do nothing. It's deep, man. So when I talk about the price of programs, I want you to think about the cost of not getting this fixed. How much money are you wasting? And how long are you going to keep operating like that? And how much money could you have made in the meantime if you got all this cleared up 5 years ago? If you was able to be free and do what needs to be done marketing wise without all this stuff, how much money could you have made? How many clients could you have signed by now? That's why I say this is the science of digital wealth. Because this is what's really stopping us, not the 3-step tricks and hacks and chat GPT prompt that's going to change your life. That's BS. I'm just telling you straight up. Chat GPT not finna build your business, man. You're not missing prompts in your business, and that's how you finna get to 6 figures. I'm telling you, that's good marketing on their end. I can't knock it. If y'all buying it, you buying it. But that ain't finna build your business. And some of y'all who done bought it, you see it still ain't built your business, right? You got access to all the prompts, all the videos, all the marketing stuff, and it still ain't built your business. All right, I'm finna take y'all to church. Come on now, let me move on now. Let me move on. Okay, here we go. Now, memory can also be used correctly. You can remember, hey, I figured things out before. I'll survive worse than this. And if I haven't, somebody else has survived worse than this. I have won before. God brought me through that, so he can bring me through this. So memory should serve your future, not keep you trapped in your past. So when things come up and it gets a little shaky in your business, don't pull on the negative stuff. Pull on the positive things. Pull on how you figured things out before. Pull out how you have overcame before. Pull out how if you are live right now on this webinar, you have survived 100% of anything that has happened to you. Because you're still alive and you can hear me and see me right now. You survived it. So pull on that, not pull on the fear, the depression, the embarrassment. Because you know what really happened when we go live? That embarrassment. Let me give you an example. You go live, you got one person viewing you live. Here you is acting like something wrong with your Wi-Fi. Hold on, y'all. Something must be wrong with my connection. So we gonna reschedule this. Ain't nothing wrong with your connection. You got one person that done clicked on your live. How do you feel about yourself? What does that mean to you? That will determine if you go live tomorrow or if that's the last day you ever go live. See, we'll play with this thing. My connection bad. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hold on, y'all? I'm gonna end this live. No, you embarrassed because only one person showed up. The meaning that you gave it is going to determine your behavior, which is going to determine your results. I done been live and only one person was live. Don't you think everybody started somewhere? But that's the memory I'm going off of, Brother Ben. You had X amount of followers. Don't you remember you started off at 0? Yep, you're right. Boom. It locks me back in. Memory. You get to choose if it's going to be a bad memory you're going to recall or a good memory. And this takes practice and training, by the way. It's not something you probably going to get overnight if you've always been a negative Nancy towards yourself. But I'm giving you now so that you can become aware when it comes up. You can feel it in your body. No, don't do that. Accept this one. And you'll start to see it'll change your behavior, man. It will really change your behavior. All right, here we go. Imagination. Imagination is your ability to see something that does not exist. This is one of the most powerful ones because everything man-made started in the imagination first. Your business, a book, a building, a course, family, a new identity, a new life. Somebody had to see it inside before it showed up outside. Most people say, what if I fail? What if they laugh? What if nobody buys? What if I lose everything? What if I stutter? Y'all heard it come a while ago. Then we just heard it on a live now. I didn't tell her to say that. Say, what if I get to, what if I forget? What if I don't know what if you do? What if you write it down on a piece of paper and you keep referring back to the bullet points? Easy fix. But it's our imagination. When it gets to cold calling, why can't you call everybody on your phone? Well, I know, no, I can see it now. I know he ain't gonna get it. Oh, I can see it. Oh, she gonna say hell no. I ain't gonna call her Skip. You don't know what they're gonna say. That reality does not exist yet. But before you get to DMing people, before you get to posting, you're already imagining the negative things, which cause you not to post, which cause you not to call, which cause you not to text. Well, I don't think they got the money. Okay, well, who do they know? Do they know somebody who got the money? Nothing should stop you. You should feel like when you start a business, you should do something that's within your passion and gift. Because you should feel like everybody got cancer and you got the antidote. Everybody around me got cancer, man. And I got the antidote. That's why I come on here and I'm convicted, because I know this is some good stuff. You can choose not to take it, or you can choose to get the antidote. But I know one thing, if you don't, you're going to walk out of here and you're going to keep the cancer. You'll be back later. So you got to choose somewhere you that convicted. Like, man, I know this is the solution here. This is in that conviction, that belief that you have in you, will go into them. But when you scared to promote yourself, hey guys, today I want to go live and I got 3 quick. You don't even believe in it yourself. So first, you start with your own belief, your own faith, and your faith and level of belief will make them believe in it. Now, some of us, you have to take that same conviction that you have about the product and about your service and about your passion and have that same about yourself. Let me take this off. Some of you all are humble in the name of low self-esteem. Some of us are humble in the name of low self-esteem. So you come off as modest. Oh, I'm just, I'm humble. No, you really have a low view of yourself and you're masking it under humility. The minister said this. He said, it is just as bad to think little of yourself as it is to think too much of yourself. When he said that, I said, ooh, wee. Now think about somebody y'all know who arrogant like a mother. I mean, this dude, he just think he the SH. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's just as bad for you to think too little of yourself. Man, this is, ooh. Okay, let me go. Imagination used correctly says, what would my life look like if I became disciplined? What would my life look like if I invest and actually went through with it? This is how I was able to make investment with something when I was younger. Back in 2019, 17, I was quote unquote broke, quote unquote. But in my imagination, I would say, well, if I buy this and I apply whatever they teaching, I started to imagine myself making the money with what I bought. Ain't that the point of me buying it? To improve myself? So I would imagine myself making the money back. So I would sometimes give my last because I was imagining not failing, but I was imagining myself winning, improving, getting better. What would happen if I believed and I was already the person capable of this? Imagination lets you rehearse your future before you live it. Now, if you go look at high-level athletes, this is what they do. They see themselves putting the ball in the rim. They see themselves dunking. They see themselves winning. Go look at Kobe Bryant. What does he say? Didn't he say the Mamba mentality? Kobe was trying to tell you. Mamba mentality. When you begin to see yourself a certain way, your mind, your body, who you are begins to line up with how you see yourself, and sometimes you don't even know how. Now, I'm about to say something. I don't know how many of y'all have ever played basketball, or sports. But at a certain point, if you get on a team, well, when I've been on teams where I feel like the coach didn't really believe in me, I didn't play as well. But when I was on a team, when I felt like somebody believed in me and I done hit a few shots, and I'm talking about I believe in I'm on 10, I can throw the ball any type of way and it's going in the rim. It was your mind. It wasn't even the mechanics. I could be doing a fadeaway, however, and it's still going in because of my mind is locked in. That subconscious belief, that faith, that is so high. My body gonna line up with whatever needs to get done for that ball to go in. That's how powerful the mind is. You come in, you dealing with stuff on your mind, something happened personally, you can say, man, something off when he having a bad night. They didn't say that because he didn't know how to hoop. They didn't say that because this person didn't have the athletic ability. They could tell something was off. Why? Because of the results, but they saying something must be wrong with him mentally. You off. What's going on? You all right? Why they didn't say, is your arm hurt? Why they didn't say, you ain't good? They knew he was already good. It's mental. This is why Eric Thomas, the hip hop this is why he gets paid $50,000, $100,000 to go talk to NBA players. He ain't training them in basketball. He motivating them. He training them here. They paying this man 6 figures to go speak at colleges and football teams, and he got private clients. He ain't showing them how to hoop. They know how to hoop. He getting them right here. And many of y'all already know this. You know how powerful the mind is. You can, I can, but we have not been conscious enough to actually go after what it looks like to reprogram my actual mind. All right, let's move on. Man, my screen, let me pull my screen back. All right, here we go. And then one of the last one is reason. Reason is your ability to think, compare, question, and make decisions. Reason helps you say, is this true? When that thought process comes up and says, you're not good enough, is this true? When that thought process says, well, I don't know what to say on the live, is that true? I don't have a framework for going live. Is that true, or is it in the program? Does this belief make sense? Is this thought helping me or hurting me? What are the facts of the matter? This is important because most people live from emotion, not reason. They feel fear and call it truth. They feel rejection and call it reality. They feel behind and call themselves a failure. Reason steps in and says, wait, let's think. So the thought process may be, nobody wants to buy from me. But reason says, is that true? Or did I only talk to 10 people and quit? Uh-oh. Is that true? That people don't really want the product? Or have I only talked to 10 people and I've only made one post? But I've now created a false story in my head that nobody wanted, nobody needed, which does what? Leads to lack of promotion because it's going to go to my behavior. And what is the result going to be? A lack of sales. This is mathematics, y'all. Reason separates facts from stories. The fact, 3 people said, no, I'm not interested, brother. No, I'm not interested, sister. The story you said says, well, nobody values me. Nobody values it. So reason helps you stop being controlled by the emotional lies. And then last one is intuition. Intuition is that inner knowing. This person isn't right. Make that call. Do not ignore this. There is something more here, right? But don't get this mixed up with fear. Fear says, don't do it because you may fail. Intuition says, don't do it because something is off. So you got to know the difference because we all got that intuition as well, and you got to use that discernment. Was all 6 of these clear? Do you guys now see how you can consciously, and if you're aware of it, use it to your benefit now? When something happens, hold on, let me switch my perspective. Hold on, I'm getting off track. Let me use my wheel. No, let me not recall that memory. Let me recall this memory. Do y'all all see why these 6 higher faculties are important to our success. So let me simplify them. Perception is how you see it. Will is what you focus on. Memory is what you remember and choose to replay. Imagination is what picture happens, what you see before it happens. Reason is how you think and decide. And intuition is what you know from within. Together, these are the faculties that let you stop living like an animal, reacting to the world, and start living like a creator, directing your world. All right, now we moving along. Okay, most people are living through their senses and not thinking at all. Your current reality determines your thoughts. Those thoughts leads to your emotion. The emotion controls the behavior. The behavior produces the result. The result becomes the reality. I got no sales, so that means I ain't nothing. My bank account at zero, so that means, man, life is hard, man. I'm broke. You're not broke. I heard somebody speak about that one time. They said you swimming in money. You got clothes. You ate today. You got water. You got a roof over your head. If you're watching this, you got some level of Wi-Fi or signal. You got a phone or a laptop. So money, you just have spent the money. It's not that you are broke. You not broke. Your bank account may just be at zero or it may be a negative, but it don't have to mean you are broke. How do you see yourself? If I say I am that I am, if I say I am broke, then I'm going to go live a life to prove myself right. If I say everybody is out to get me, I'm going to go find evidence that everybody is out to get me. So if somebody do something where they not even out to get me, I'm going to say, see, there go the evidence. So stop saying you are broke. I am not broke. I am valuable. I am rich. I am abundant. And when I start to say that and then I believe it, my life, I am going to do the things that's going to make what I see for myself a reality. Thank you for your feedback. Now, some of us are afraid of your current reality. How many of y'all? Come on now. And I'm one of them, so I ain't trying to call y'all out. How many of y'all, boy, some months you be so messed up financially, you be afraid to open up your bank account. Say, sometimes, hey, you pull that card out and you hit the tap and you like, please, Lord, let it say approve. Oh, it's approved. Okay, I had enough in the bank. I say, hey man, it's somebody looking at their reality, man. Ain't nothing wrong with looking at that bank account because you afraid that you finna open that thing up and you gonna see negative 15 cents. Golly, ooh, Bank of America done got me for that 35 cents. Come on now, I know what it's like, man. I'm talking about I be praying to go through. You swipe, let me get 15 on number 3. And you hit that tap and you just hoping that thing say, approve. Yes, got it. Okay, that must mean I got enough in my account, baby. Hey, we gotta face reality. And we go in there in my program too about like our finances. We gotta look at it. See where you at. Ain't no wrong with looking at it, becoming aware about where you at. Because that is a direct reflection of where you are right now. Okay, that's where I'm at. This is my current thermostat. Now I'm gonna grow it. But the good thing about it, I'm able to now become aware of the thoughts that produce this. If I know every effect is due to a cause, that's okay. Look, at the end of the day, that ain't got to define me. That's a digital number, man. A dude on Instagram that got 400,000 in his bank account, that don't make him better than me, or a sister that better than me because guess what? Here's the thing about the mind. If you making money from a place of fear and lack, even when you have the 400,000, you still gonna be in fear. You know what the next fear is? Fear of losing it. So you can't sleep just like they can't sleep. Because you just fearing that you're gonna lose it. You're not able to enjoy it and really have peace. You always working and working and working because now you got to keep it. And you never able to really rest. All of that is mindset. Clear? Everybody can relate to that bank account, boy. We don't even want to look at that bad boy. Don't even want to log in. But yeah, a lot of our current reality is determining our thoughts. Don't allow your current reality to shape how you see yourself. You got to practice that. So what is the solution to all of this? Now, a lot of you all understand what your problem is. You guys can relate to this. What is the solution? The solution is to change our paradigm. The paradigm is the set of beliefs, assumptions, and mental frameworks through which we filter our current reality and create our results. Now, this is where we're going to get deep here. Now, if I say anything in these next couple of slides that you can relate to, I want you to put in the comment section just I can. I just want to see if anything written y'all can relate to. So if I say anything or y'all see anything, just put I can, okay? Or just put me. Let's make it easy. Just put me in the comment section if y'all see anything. So this is how our paradigm was shaped by our childhood. Our subconscious mind was made up by what we saw around us. So, example of early messages. You're not good enough. You always mess things up. Nobody wants to hear what you think. Nobody want to hear all that. You can't have what you want. The world is unsafe. You're a burden. If you've had those thoughts about yourself ever, just comment me. I'm always messing up. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. You know, you're always asking for stuff. The world is unsafe. I'm a burden. Well, how does that show up? You're not good enough. You struggle with self-worth, confidence, and always seek validation. You always mess things up. You fear taking action and play small. Why? To avoid making a mistake. Now, that's some of y'all. Some of y'all who pay but then go away, you scared of failing, letting somebody down. Could it be that you have this subconscious thinking of you used to always mess things up? Nobody wants to hear what you think. So what happens? You hold back your voice, ideas, your gifts because you fear judgment and rejection. You can't have what you want. So what happens? You limit yourself. You settle for less. You discount. You don't believe in your dreams. That's how this shows up. The world is unsafe. You live in fear, stay in your comfort zone, and struggle to trust people or opportunities. You feel like a burden. You people please. You overgive and put everyone else's needs before yours. Come on now. How many of y'all feel any of those? This shows up in our business. So now you got a business, great, but now you overgiving and you done undercharged. Now you done put yourself in a position where you don't even like your business no more. Because you didn't get paid what you know you should have charged, but now you want to overgive because you already didn't feel good enough. Now you got this so-called business that was supposed to free you that done enslaved you. Woo! Golly. I done been there. I'm talking to myself, man. That feeling of unworthiness, so you got to overgive just to feel like you special and needed, and then you undercharge because you didn't think high enough of yourself. Now you got remorse because, damn, I done trapped myself.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Ben.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, that definitely I felt, but also I want to go back to the whole thing of self-effacement, of sounding, of making yourself look humble. It's really self-effacement. To be honest with myself, a big part of that, honestly, was ego. Because it provides me the opportunity to fail and not live up to my potential.
That's heavy. That's heavy, man. Ooh. All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoying this. I know some of y'all thought I was going to be in here talking about AI and funnels and upsells and This is going to be just a little unorthodox. So before we could reject it as a baby, there was ideas going into our subconscious mind that is currently controlling us today. Now, again, I'm about to say some stuff And if you heard it growing up, just comment me. Money, boy, girl, money don't grow on trees in here. Money don't grow on trees. We ain't got it like that. Money don't grow on trees. We can't afford all that. We can't afford that. Rich people are greedy. Rich people are evil. Money is the root of all evil. Although it don't say that, but y'all heard it. You better play it safe. Who do you think you are? Girl, who do you think you are? You always want something. Come on now. These are things growing up that we don't know it affected us. And here's the thing, right? You as an adult can hear some of this and say, oh, that wouldn't affect me. But how did your 13-year-old self interpret that? See? Your mama could have just said, girl, no, not right now. But how did you interpret that when you were 7? What did you tell yourself that meant at 7? What did you tell yourself that meant as a young man at 10? What did that mean about you? See, I know people where their parents didn't get them nothing for their birthday and they going off on Facebook. Man, they don't love me, man. Say, man, they don't love me, man. Don't nobody got me. Hey, man, mama and them probably didn't have it, bro. Daddy and them probably didn't have it, sister. But how did you interpret that? What did that mean to you? I don't mean nothing to the family. They don't love me. Man, I must not be worthy. Because of these holidays, didn't somebody get me something for a holiday? See, this is deep. So now as an adult, you may look at it a different way, but I want you guys to think back. What did your younger self think about that? What did that mean to you that is now because it's already in your subconscious that is now controlling how you interact and think about yourself as an adult? So as a baby, your conscious mind was not yet developed enough to question, reject, or reinterpret what you repeatedly heard or experienced. So the words, emotions, reactions, and beliefs around you will absorb directly into the subconscious. And one thing about the subconscious, you can look it up, it can't reject it. Your subconscious is going to take everything it get. And it can't tell if it's real or not. It don't know if it's real or not. So what was repeated around you becomes recorded within you and it shows up in our life. So what I learned is some of us are driving with our rearview mirror. Every conversation is coming through that filter to avoid past pain. Even the new relationship you in, you're not in a relationship with him. You're in a relationship to avoid the past one. Oh. Woo! The money we want to make, you're not wanting to make money because you want to provide. You maybe want to make money because of some trauma way back in the past. And this is why you can't even enjoy it the way we want to enjoy it. This is why we can't go live. This is why we can't execute. This is why we can't have a good business partnership because that person ain't healed. Hell, I'm not healed and then we ain't healed and we don't even know why we going at each other. So this person asked me a question during the business meeting. I think this nigga trying to check me. This sister said I got to start showing up more and I think they think I'm not good enough. So now I got a vendetta against my business partner, but my business partner was just like, hey, I'm just trying to motivate the team. See, all this, man, happens in a mess up of business. And I'm speaking passionately like this because I was a part of one. $12 million in a year. It didn't go down because of a business strategy. It came down because of undeveloped men who couldn't come together and say, hey, man, I was wrong, bro. I apologize. Let me hear from your perspective. I was seeing things from the way I was raised. I didn't hear you properly. Man, I apologize, man. Let's sit down and talk. Making all the money in the world. Paying all bills. Had nothing to do with a funnel, man. Had nothing to do with a Facebook ad. Had nothing to do with how to hire. It was here. And thousands was affected by it because we wasn't developed here. So your business partner, you can't even see them right. You can't even hear her right. He can't hear you right. Because I have a filter that I'm listening and dealing with everything through. So if I feel like everybody's out to get me, I'm not worthy, everything, why y'all got a group chat, but I'm not in the group text. They just probably more cool. They just do that. But because you ain't in that chat, it must be something. They must be doing something. They went out because they both maybe enjoyed a game, but they didn't call you. That means they don't value me. See, all this stuff will show up and affect the business. Telling you. All right, let's move on. So, why information alone does not change your life? Now, as you see here in this stick figure example, everything above that is the conscious mind. So this is where we go in, we go to school, we get education. I'm on the dean's list. This is where we got, all of my PDFs from our courses. So some of us are filled with information. We done been in everybody course that's even probably online. We done bought something from them. So school and courses can fill the conscious mind, but paradigms, which actually run our life, is ran by the subconscious mind. So school teaches information, course teach strategy, but if your subconscious mind is still programmed with fear, lack, and your old identity, the behavior is going to be the same. So this is why we got people that's educated, informed, but still can't execute. People that has degrees and professors in economics, but ain't got no damn economics. Because I can have the information, I can regurgitate the text, but the filter is me. Now, here's why I want to give y'all some examples of this in real time and why this is actually the key to us making money or not making money. Let's break this down. And again, if y'all see any of these right here that you can relate to, I want you to comment me. So here's the childhood event. You got criticized, you got laughed at, you got dismissed when expressing yourself. The meaning you gave to that as a child is when I fully show up, people reject me. And then the false belief from that becomes it's safer to hide than to be seen. It's safer to be quiet than to voice my opinion. So what feeling does that lead to? Fear, shame, and hesitation. Well, what is the protection pattern? Well, I'm always preparing. I'm always preparing to speak. I'm always preparing to launch. I'm always preparing to do something. I never launch it though, but I'm always preparing. I'm getting console after console after console. I'm buying, but I'm still preparing. I ain't ready yet. I ain't ready yet. I ain't ready yet. The adult behavior becomes you buy courses, you keep tweaking that offer, you keep studying and studying and studying and studying and studying, and you rarely make any offer. And what is the result? No momentum, no sales. You blame the strategy instead of the root issue. Ooh, I see a lot of me's down there. All right, here go the second example. This is the one who work hard, meaning that you making money. So you making money now. This ain't all, it don't mean you're not making money. Now check this one out. The childhood event is you heard things like money don't grow on trees. We can't afford that. People with money think they better. So what meaning does that create? Wanting more is selfish. Money creates distance or conflict. I got one that's finna hit y'all who older. Watch this one. More money, more problems. More money, more problem. We heard that in the song. If I make more money, more problems come in my way. So what's the false belief that's created from that? I should only ask for just enough to survive. Receiving more feels wrong. This is why some of us are very talented, but stuck living check to check. Can anybody relate to that? You stuck just getting by, but you talented like a mug. You experienced like you are smart, but you just getting by. What's the feeling? Guilt, pressure, discomfort, anxiety around charging more. What's the protection pattern? Well, I undercharge, I over-deliver all the time, I avoid clear offers, and I stay busy instead of profitable. So I'm always busy doing something, but I'm not profitable. What's the adult behavior? You work consistently, you do everything manually, you hesitate to raise your prices, and you take on too much low value work. Now, what result is that? You still under $10,000 a month. You stuck at $5,000, or you stuck at wherever your brain financial blueprint is. It's almost like a glass ceiling. You can't hit it. You know why? Because once you get close to that number, do you know you subconsciously begin to self-sabotage? You stop making the calls. You stop creating the content. The very thing that got you a little progress, you stop doing it somehow. And you don't know why you stop doing it. You just stop doing it. You tired, always exhausted, inconsistent income. You feel trapped, always working hard. Come on now. And I appreciate everybody that's commenting me and being transparent and vulnerable, because I was told by Brother Captain Dennis, in order to heal, you must expose and reveal. See, we quick to always expose somebody. We can't wait to expose somebody else. But hold on, how about let's do that for ourselves for a change, so we can actually have some progress. The real issue is not effort for you, this person. The paradigm makes survival feel safe and receiving feel wrong. All right, last example. This is the one who makes money. You making good money, but you have a hard time scaling. You got a hard time automating stuff. You got a hard time letting go. So what's the childhood event? Perhaps you learn things like, if you want it done right, come on now, we all heard it. You can finish the sentence. If you want it done right, do it yourself. People always let you down. You better handle it yourself. So what meaning did that create? What's the story? Well, other people are unreliable, but that's not true. You ain't the only reliable person in the whole entire universe. But your mind now says other people are unreliable. Letting go is unsafe. My value comes from doing it myself. See, as some of us, we have a lack of worth issue. So we end up doing everything ourselves to feel valuable. I got to do the ebook. I got to do the design. I got to do the call. I got to do everything. You don't delegate nothing. I got to set up the automation. I got to do this. Where's that stemming from? False belief. Nobody can do it like me. If I delegate, quality would drop and I would lose control. That's the false belief. If I'm talking to you, just comment me. What's the feeling? The feeling becomes stress, pressure, distrust, fear of mistakes, anxiety when handing things off. You can't even sleep. You done hired a virtual assistant and you can't even sleep. Protection pattern. You micromanage, overcheck, you hold everything, you delay hiring, which is what's needed to actually scale the business, and then you stay involved in every decision. What's the adult behavior? You still the bottleneck. You can't fully trust your team. You avoid delegation, and business depends on you for everything. And the result is income plateaus. So you say, I want to make $1 million, or I want to make 500,000, or I want to make 100,000, whatever the number is. Your income feel like, man, it's plateauing. It's a ceiling. Your team stays weak. Growth slows down. Exhaustion increases. The business cannot scale. Who am I talking to? Just comment me now. So are you guys starting to see how all this stuff business-wise is stemming from the mind? Really, 20% is the tactic stuff that we buy. That's really the 20% of our success. The real issue is not strategy. The paradigm makes control feel safe and delegation feel dangerous. So let's talk about income now. Going off mindset just a little bit. This still mindset, but we're going to get into these three levels here. Number one is the law of compensation. The law of compensation is how income increases when value, skill, and replaceability change. So the law of compensation says this: you are compensated in direct proportion to the need for what you do, your ability to do it, aka your skill, and how difficult it is to replace you. Well, give me an example of that, Brother Ben. Well, income is not just about working hard. Although many of us have that mindset, grind, no sleep, work hard, no sleep. Well, that's why we end up being how we are. It is about solving a valuable problem, doing it well, and becoming harder to replace. So here's the example. A person making sandwiches may work hard and work longer, but the skill is easier to replace. A person who can help a business generate $100,000 or manage something like that in new sales is harder to replace, so their compensation is going to be much higher. Although you may say they ain't working hard as the person throwing boxes at FedEx, he working way harder. He's labor, he's sweating, he coming home sore. This person just managing. Well, that's why. So I want you guys to look at what you do and say, okay, I'm doing this, but how could I become more valuable? And then we're going to go over the 4 levels of value in a minute. So just write that down. I want you to think about what you do, and we're going to go over the 4 levels of value here shortly. Next one is the law of exchange. Law of exchange. Well, what does the law of exchange say? Money is not just made, money is exchanged. People give money when they believe what they are receiving is more valuable than the money they are given. Question: how many of y'all know somebody who be really broke? They ain't really be having a lot of money, but they got children and they always find a way to pay their bills, and they always find a way at bare minimum to make sure them children is fed. But when it comes to yourself, you can't never really invest in yourself, but you somehow got a way, you gonna find a way to make sure them children is fed. How is that? How does that happen? Because subconsciously there was a thought process in your mind, these babies is depending on me. They can't starve. So although you maybe ain't got no job, you find a way to make the money to make that happen. It's your mindset. So money, people give money when they believe what they're receiving is more valuable. So the reason I said that is a lot of times they just don't see how what you're giving them is more valuable than the money in their pocket. That's why they didn't buy. It's not oftentimes that they didn't have it. Because if you really wanted it, you will find a way. And here's how I can prove it. Coach Khan is on this line right now. There has been people that wanted to get in the program, and he was getting them in the program. They didn't have no money. He said, I got something called 10 to win. I'm going to give you a script, and you're going to go ask 10 people, and you're going to ask them to support you to make the money. He done had people that done raised over $1,000 in less than 24 hours. So it's really all about you. It ain't got nothing to do with what I see in my bank account. It's about if I really want it or not. If I really want it, I will find a way, which that principle really is from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. His rich dad said, how can I afford it? While his poor dad said, I can't afford it. The rich dad mindset says, how can I afford it? What do I got to do to be able to afford this? That's mindset. And here's the thing. Some people say, well, I'm going to wait till I get some money. That's your mind tricking you. Because if you was going to make some money, you already have it. You finna do the same thing tomorrow that you did, or next week than you did the past week, because you are in the current position because of your mindset. So ain't nothing finna magically change and you finna come up on 10,000 and now have it. So a lot of us say, well, let me just wait and get myself together. How you going to get yourself together? These are blind spots that you have. You are living the life that you have because of how you currently think. What needs to be changed is how you're operating so that you can get more money. Make sense? But that's how we trick ourselves. We say, "Oh, I ain't ready right now. Well, how you gonna get yourself ready when you don't know? It's blind." Number 3, the law of cause and effect. While financial results are effects, and your inner and outer habits are the causes. So financial results are effects. Your habits, thoughts, skills, offers, environment, and actions are the causes. If someone wants a different financial effect, they need to change the cause producing the current result. Again, thoughts leads to your habits. Those turn into your skills. That leads to your actions. And that is what changes the financial result. Out of those, which one do we buy and invest in? I like this slide. Out of the thoughts, habits, skills, actions, financials, what typically do we buy and invest in online when we buy courses? Which one? Somebody come off the mic. There we go. We buy the skills. So we see a person skilled in creating content. Oh, let me buy his course so that I can become skilled in creating content. We see somebody good in trading. Oh, let me buy their trading course so that I can become skilled in trading. Not realizing you missing 2 of them: how they think and their habits, how they see themselves. So you buying half of the problem. And that's not even the most important solution. The skill isn't the most important part. Because you can't even utilize the skill properly without understanding how they think, and which leads to their habits. Is that clear for everyone? Is that clear why some of us are buying courses but still don't see our life changing? And this is also why somebody could buy the same course you bought and they can go make a whole bunch of money or get a whole bunch of progress and you stay the exact same. It's not because they had access to a different course. Trust me, they probably had access to the same exact course you had. They had different ingredients. And those ingredients was in them. If that makes sense, I want everybody to comment yes. Let me see who are alive and who done fell asleep. Comment yes if that makes sense. So the law of cause and effect look like this. Low income is the effect, but the cause is poor sales skills, weak offer, fear of being seen, right? Lack of self-esteem, lack of follow-up, low value activities. Well, what does that lead to? Poor sales skill, weak offer, fear of being seen. What does that lead to? Low income. This is just math. But what we do is we go get a sales training course. But if I get a sales training course, but the person doesn't deal with how I see myself, I can have a script in front of me and still not be able to close this person. I'll self-sabotage it. So you can go buy the 7-figure sales script. You can go buy the how to handle objections on a call. You can get all of that. And I'm not saying those aren't valuable, by the way. You should get them. But you should get them after you deal with self, because now you have become the person that is prepared to actually close the type of person. Now that script makes sense. This is why 2 people can buy a script, start closing high ticket sales, and then another person couldn't do it. This is why somebody can get a course and say, oh, they just reselling it. Yeah, you got people that's killing it with that. But then you got the same program and you can resell the same program. It's valuable, super valuable, but you can't sell it. You ain't sold a course. You ain't sold even a lead magnet, and that's free. You ain't even got somebody to give you their name, email, and phone number, which they ain't even got to pay a dime for. It wasn't the course. All right. So 4 levels of value. Take notes on this. This is really good. Even y'all who have established businesses, I want you to look at this. So the first level is implementation. This is where most people start. This is when you do the work yourself. You do the website, you do the logo, you do the streaming, you can do all the like everything is on you. That's level 1, trading your time for money. Level 2 is unification. So this is where you become a manager. This is when you stop doing the work and start organizing people who do the work. Now you're able to leverage other people's time. That's level 2. So now your value is not only in your skill, your value is in your ability to hire people together around an outcome. So you hire an editor, funnel builder, setter, closer, instead of you thinking, I just got to do everything myself. Level 2 is communication. So this is where the money starts multiplying. At this level, you use your words. So this is where speakers, authors, marketers, salespeople, influencers, you start making money from your word. And then level 4 is your imagination. This is the highest level. This is when you create ideas, frameworks, right? People buy into frameworks. People buy into your community because of your framework. Now you're able to do this at scale. Now you're able to license your framework. They're able to use your mind. They're licensing your mind. That's very scalable because you're not trading that time for money. It's out there. It's done. You're going to get paid for that probably in your sleep. Is that clear? Does that make sense? So Think and Grow Rich is still making money. Rich Dad, Poor Dad going to be selling when he die. Message to the Black Man, although the Honorable Elijah Muhammad isn't among us, that book is still selling. It's still making money. Y'all get that? Do y'all understand? Is this clear? The 4 levels of value? Y'all, or do y'all need me to go over them again? Level number 1. Level number 1 is implementing, meaning you're trading your time for money. Level 2 is unification. Think of it as you're a manager. Okay, I didn't make the website. I hired somebody to make the website, leveraging their time so I can go do what I do best. That's level 2. Level 3 is communication. Level 4, imagination. And then here are multiple streams of income online. This is what you want. Don't limit yourself to one stream. You can have a course. In that same course, you can have coaching and consulting. You can turn it into a membership. You can then turn it into events, teaching what you teach in the course. You can then turn those courses into books. Then you can add in affiliate marketing where you can allow other people to get paid from it. Then you can do brand deals and sponsorships. And then you can also do investments. So these are multiple streams of income. One of the highest levels when it comes to making money, because you can do investments, where your money making money for you. You can do consulting, have your own products. And again, these aren't multiple jobs. These are multiple streams. I teach digital real estate. I teach marketing, but I got a course. I have ebooks. I have coaching. I do events. I got memberships. So it's all the same information, but it's multiple streams. Does that make sense? Sister Shalon has a book about women, right? Dealing with abuse. Okay, she can have a book. She can also have a masterclass. She can also have an in-person workshop. She can also do in-person consultations, right? She can also do a 3-day, whatever the case. Like, so she can take the same information but have multiple streams because people want different levels of access. Of course, you're going to pay more if you want one-on-one. You're going to pay a little less if you want done for you. If you're going to do DIY, which is they do it all themselves, they just watching pre-recorded videos, that's a little less. All the same information though. Y'all get what I'm saying? Now, why did I introduce this afterwards? Because if I introduce all of this and you're not aware when that fear comes up, you won't be able to execute on these different streams. So you knowing this would never matter if you don't clean up yourself from the inside. Okay? All right. So which level are you on? Put it in the comment section. Are you currently on level 1, level 2, level 3, or level 4? Put it in the comment section. What level are you on? Level 1, 2, 3, or 4. Just put a number in the comment section. In your business currently, or how you make income. Are you on level 1, 2, 3, or 4? All right, most of you all are on level 1. And in reality, y'all, it's just a small shift that we're going to help you out with and going to level 2, going to level 3, going to level 4. It's just a thought process and a strategy. Some of y'all are thinking, I already know what you're thinking. I ain't got the money for it. There's ways I can show you. You probably got the money for it, or the resources, or the creativity to make it happen. But the higher level of value, the greater the earning potential. Make sense? So student feedback. This is for those who have actually taken my courses in the past, because all of my courses include mindset. I just want to show y'all how it has been able to affect others. Brother Ghazi said, greetings fam, I just completed module 1, which was a mindset course on passive cash flow secrets. All I can say is, wow, as a coach, it stretched my thinking in certain areas of my money mindset past and had me realize a pattern I never before acknowledged. My mother had 5 children, and many women and men in my family have lots of children. Growing up, I would often hear that as a parent, we had to sacrifice our own happiness and financial success to focus on the health and well-being of the children. And let's stop right there. How many of y'all heard that before? And how many of y'all may be living that subconsciously? You got to sacrifice yourself for your children. That's a heavy one there. How's that showing up in your life? Somebody said, and did. He said, as a man with 11 children, that thinking kept him somewhat restricted. Look at what he's saying now. That thinking kept him restricted. She, on the right-hand side, I was able to see where my money mindset comes from and how I can change it to my advantage. I love how Brother Ben is able to tie scripture into these modules. Not only are the courses stimulating my brain, but also my spirit. Over here, she says, I want to thank you, Brother Ben, for this opportunity to be a part of this program. This is the first time that I have had confidence in myself to use my God-given skills with your guidance. I have held myself back due to shyness, not wanting to bother anyone, feeling like I'm not good enough, not knowing how to process my own thoughts into something greater. Why is this so important? Because some of you all have ebooks that you want to write, books you wanted to publish. Some of you all have had courses you want to do, product, service you wanted to offer. But if you shy, if you have a hidden thought that you bothering people, you're not going to market the way you're supposed to market. All right, couple more. They said, thank you for module 3. It's very simple. I love the action steps after each module. I don't feel overwhelmed with the information. The difference from what I have experienced before is that I can relate. And yes, the workbooks help me with clarity and action. I like this one on the right-hand side. Maybe a lot of women can relate to this. Again, if I say anything that you can relate to, just comment me. She says, being on the hot seat tonight produced a major breakthrough for me. Although I know who my target audience is, the language I am using did not sync. Not only that, but I didn't know it was all right for me to say it the way Brother Ben said it. Have you ever been touched inappropriately? My entire life has been Morse code. Attempting to speak my reality, that became my coping mechanism, never being seen or heard, but needing help. As class went on and other students were going through their offers, I realized this on a deeper level. So this is why I say I realize that a lot of us in business are not behind because of our business. We're behind because of what we've been through and about our thoughts. So on this webinar so far, we have revealed the hidden root of success and failure and how you can choose. We have revealed the 4 levels of value to increase your income without trading your time for money. Press 1 in the comments if you believe you identified the inner thought that's been keeping you stuck. Hopefully y'all been thinking about yourself as I've been going through this. As we have went through this, I want you to press the number 1. Just press the number 1 if you have discovered the inner thought or thoughts, multiple thoughts, that truly has been keeping you stuck. Now, I want to hear from about 3 people, if y'all don't mind, what came up for you. And don't be bashful, because what you share, you don't know. Somebody else may say, wow, I didn't get that. I didn't notice that. That's good for me. And you may be unlocking something for somebody else. So can somebody come off the mic? Let's get 3 people to share what came up for you that you noticed, that you now aware of, that's been holding you back. I saw you, Brother Michael. Go ahead.
What came up for me, beloved, real briefly, I grew up in a seesaw house. And what I mean by that is, on one end, I was told I can be the best, do what you want to do, don't be afraid to take challenges. And on the other side, I was told you ain't going to be shit and you ain't going to never be shit. What I seen today, and I want to say this, I haven't always been this way. And I realized how in our lessons, it says they strayed away from civilization. And that straying away is a subtle, sometimes unrecognizable movement away from the standard. So in listening to you today, I realized how I actually strayed away, and what I allowed to take over me that at one time I was able to fight off. And so at the end of the day, it's heartwarming and heart-wrenching for me, because like I said, I haven't always been like I am. So I'm full of frustration. I'm pissed off, to be active, to just say it real plainly. But I see in the where that subconscious element has popped up, and I've allowed it to pop up, and I've allowed it to manifest and change not just the reality that I live in now, but change my whole mental concept that I once had about myself that wasn't always this way.
Yes, sir. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? Who else? What came up for you? What inner thought did you caught it? You saw it. Okay, that's the thing that's been keeping me stuck. Anybody? Let's hear from what a sister that said she didn't know what to expect. Is she gone? She probably dropped off. Who next? Let's get 2 more.
I'll share. So definitely in relation to what the last brother was saying, I definitely have had this, I feared my monster. I've always had in my mind like this bigger than life perception, like have always danced outside of the box in everything from childhood to now. But like hearing this, what you say like really stuck with me in terms of like the subconscious, like it's all stored and the body doesn't know what's true and how to separate that. And so like I can definitely hear, or I can feel more so how that comes up of like battling the subconscious, of like my knowing of like having I guess a lot of outside of the box thoughts and pushing boundaries in a good way for business and personal development. But I see how like the subconscious just comes up in that a lot. So I've been like really in reflection. So kind of like the last brother said, I'm in the midst of like, like I'm grateful to know that, but I'm also frustrated, but in a good way that is going to help me. So that's where I'm at.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. And one more person. What was the thought that you identified that's been keeping you stuck? Go ahead, Brother Ghazi.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Alaikum salam.
Yeah, I would listen to what you were saying earlier about, sometimes it's the negative experiences that we have. Like, if people criticize us or condemned us when we was coming up. And like what came to my mind is that also is sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes it's the praise. And that keep us stuck. And I got to reflect on that as you was talking about that. Like for years, I've always been praising my ability to articulate and create ideas and move people, but that was in a certain context. Like physically on the stage, you give me a mic and stage in front of people, it's on. Like, I don't need no practice, none of that. It's right now it's on. But if I translate that to the digital world, where it's a camera and there's no people, there's no exchange of energy, I like numb up. So that part over there would keep me stuck because I'm all the praise and adulations and the success I had in that context is difficult to translate that in another context. It's like the whole methodology is different. The whole approach to it is different. Like everything is even though it's the same thing. I mean, all you're doing is communicating, but there's no people. At least you don't really see them unless you're doing something like this, a live or something like like a Zoom call, and it still ain't the same. It's still ain't the same as you on that stage live, and you up there moving around and the people looking at you and the energy, and So I think when you were talking, I say, damn, that got me stuck in just almost like in the analog phase. Like, if you had success back in the 8-track tape days, you know what I'm saying? And now you're saying like, come to digital. Like, nah, but I made $1 million on cassette tapes. All my money came from cassette tapes. It ain't come from all this stuff you're talking about right now. So like making that transition right there, I'm looking at it now, has been very, very challenging.
What can you do in person when they right there on you that you feel that you can't do online?
I mean, probably nothing. It's probably it's mindset. Like
but it's something though. What is the thought? What is the difference in thought process?
Well, for one, in person, it's just a certain energy. It's a certain energy. It's I don't know. It's an exchange of energy. Like if I go on that stage, I'm looking at people looking at me. I almost like I tune into their energy, and I'm looking at their facial expressions, their body language, and everything. And so, like when I'm talking, it responds not only to what I want to say. I ain't just saying what I want to say, but I'm responding to energy and feedback as well.
So when you can't see them and actually mold your speech based on what you're seeing and adjust it, what does that do for you?
Man, it frees me up. I mean, like freeze, not free, freeze. Like it halts me. Like, what, am I doing this wrong? I must be doing something wrong online.
Yeah. So that lack of confidence shows up. Because in person I can control my speech because I can adjust it in real time. But if I put something out there, I can't pull it back and really adjust to somebody nodding their head or somebody looking a little confused. Okay, I know to clarify that. So there's a level of uncertainty. It sounds like.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted you to locate the thought, not just, that's just a different. I wanted you to locate what the real actual thought was. It's that lack of confidence, it's that lack of, there's uncertainty there. And then we would just take you through the process of switching your perception and we can bust that up. But I wanted you to have the actual thought that's actually causing you to pause, because it's a great point you made. You get praise. If I can't, if I can't get that instant praise online, especially if I ain't got the views, especially if I'm not getting a bunch of engagement. So although I didn't necessarily have somebody tell me shut up, I didn't necessarily have somebody tell me I was bad, I'm not nothing, but I'm so used to that to where it becomes maybe a crutch for me too. If I'm thinking about everything the wrong way. So this is why some people can be very good in person, or they're confident in person, but they become shy online.
Yeah.
But the answer is not really quote unquote shy. It's just the thought process of the uncertainty that causes us to become and appear shy.
Yeah. And then can I just add one more thing to that as well?
Yep.
Yeah, and then also, when you was talking, it made me go all the way back when it comes to technology. And I don't know if you and I talked about this before, but let me see, back in the 90s, man, when I came home from the joint, like back then, the A+ and Network Plus communication was like popping. And it was like, that was like my first introduction to anything digital. Like back in them days, I didn't I checked my own email, to be honest. I didn't know what an email was when I came home. And I was like lost on that stuff back in the AOL day when they would dial up and all that. But I took a A+ and Network Plus certification course. It was like 9-month course. Mm-hmm. And I aced that course. I was doing good in that course. And I aced it. And but come to graduation and completion, when I tried to get a job in it, everybody was like, oh, you can't get no job, nigga, because you got felonies. I'm like, what the hell? Like, the school knew this. Hell, I mean, they knew I just came home. They knew, they all knew my history. And so in my mind, I didn't, like, it took me years to realize I had an aversion for technology because I went through all of that and trying to get into the technical world. They say technology was the wave of the future and all that. So I said, well, hell, let me get into this world right here then. And then once I completed it, aced the classes. I mean, I was really top of the class in that stuff because I was really attentive and really doing my due diligence and my homework. But then once it come time to like get employment in that field, because they said, well, we're gonna help you get into these companies and all that kind of stuff there, it was difficult. So then I started my own little building computers, like custom computer classes, and then they'll come out with these cheap homemade computers, and it crushed that business. So like that experience, like in the back of my mind, it's like, man, F technology, man. That's like not for people like me, wait for everybody else. And I'm not knowing that that's playing and recording in my brain because of that experience. And that was damn near 30 years ago.
Man, that's so deep. Man, thank you for sharing that. That's so deep. Imagine somebody acing it, passing it. But the reason he had that was because of the meaning that he gave it. The moment they said, hey, well, this ain't useful, or not that you ain't useful, you got this felony, the thought process probably at that time was, this don't even matter. This don't work for me. It'll work for somebody else, so it makes sense. If it's working for somebody online, now in 2026, 2023, whatever, there may not be a consistency. I think he's doing better now, but there may not be a consistency in the beginning because of that thought process. Technology, period. Man, that stuff don't work for me. I got to do it a different way. And if that is the declaration of what's stated, what's going to happen? Our behavior is going to make our subconscious mind right. We're going to go find the evidence. And that's deep. So I hope y'all, as he said that, you're going, I'm talking about go back. Because the moment that we can actually see the root of the thought, then we can give that thought a new meaning and say, oh, that ain't what that really meant. Because now he's older, he's more mature. Now he could go back and say, you know what? That ain't what that meant. It can work for me. That's not what that means. And then we can bust up that thought process and that subconscious feeling about ourselves, which would then produce a different behavior, new actions, and he'll get new results. One more person. Did anybody else get anything for them? Notice something, identify the thought that's been stopping you, keeping you stuck, possibly in your business. One more person have anything they want to share that came up for them? All right. Question. I want you to think about if you would have had this block solved by now. Some of you all who have identified your block. How much more money do you think you would have made if you would have had this mental block erased? About going live, about creating content, about doing the things that everybody must do to market any business. It ain't like we're going to get around it. What if you had those blocks removed? How much money do you think you would have made over the last 5 years, over the last 10 years? What could you have made if you was free?
Tens and thousands of dollars. Yes, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Somebody said, I'd be a millionaire by now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why I said, this is the science of getting rich, because or digital wealth, and also getting rich. That's an actual book, by the way, that'll be included when you guys get my program. But this is why I say that, because I didn't want to come on here and say, hey, AI, digital, because everybody have your own way of making money. My gift will make room for me. My gift may not make room for you. So I don't want to say this is the one and only way digital product. Whatever you're doing, there's something mentally probably blocking you. So you may be a truck driver and stopping yourself going up in the company. You may have a dumpster business. Whatever, it may not be online. My goal here was to show you how it is our thoughts that has been holding you back. It's not that you need more business information. It's not that you're not worthy. It's not that you don't have the knowledge. It's not that you don't have the experience. And here's the key for some of you all. This is how I feel. God already, I am the curriculum. That's how I really want some of y'all to think. You are the curriculum. It's your life. It's your experience. You ain't got to go learn nothing else about what you done experienced. It's already in you. And some of us will go get a degree only because we feel like I'm not worthy, but you are already worthy, more worthy than some of them who got the degree, because some people who got the degree don't have the experience that you have. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. All right, let's move forward a little bit. Here we go. Comment yes if you believe practicing this thought process will help you now overcome being stuck, give you the clarity you need, and allow you to start executing more with the behavior that produces the result that you want. Now that you are more aware, and when it shows up, when that block shows up, you should now be a little more aware and catch it and be able to shift your perspective to then overcome that thought that's been keeping you stuck. Comment yes. All right. You must change your current paradigm or thought process if we want to change our reality. As you move forward and are faced with what challenges your current paradigm, I'm telling you what's going to happen. Your natural response will be to revert back to what's comfortable. You'll be a little bit more aware, but naturally, you're going to revert back to what was a little comfortable. You will say, I'm going to go live, but you're going to say, but tomorrow, though. I'm going to do it Saturday, though. You're going to revert back. But in order to change, you must make a conscious decision followed by the behavior that reinforces the new paradigm or the new person you want to become in whatever industry you are in. And the reward will be on the other side, the life and business you desire. Let me prove it to you. There's a billionaire. I want you to look it up. There's a billionaire named Dan Pena, but I think it's said Pena, I think. Billionaire. He says you are 1,000 cold calls away from being a millionaire. Now, based on what everyone probably knows about the law of numbers, if I cold call or contact 1,000 people, even if I ain't the coldest salesperson, somebody gonna support me. There's a sister named Faith that's on here. She can bear witness if she wants to. She had told me in one of our classes that she hasn't made a sale since last March or something. This we talking about last. I said, okay, come on live, pull out your phone, let's dial some numbers. She made money that night. If y'all was on the call, y'all seen it. She made money that night. After not making the sale since last March. So if you have a product, you have an offer, you can solve a problem, you already know the method is to contact as many people as possible. If I cold DM 50 people a day, I'm going to get sales consistently every week. Why do you think we still being cold called by $1 million companies, $1 billion companies? Because it works. It may be hard, especially when you're dealing with all this rejection. Oh, they rejected me. I'm scared. I'm judgment. When you're dealing with all that stuff, it's hard to cold call. It's hard to DM somebody you don't know. It's hard to call somebody on your phone because you're dealing with all that mess. Of course it's hard. It's hard to post on Instagram with all these judgmental people when you're dealing with all this. It's hard to go live when you're dealing with all this. But when we can free this and take all that mess out, that's just a no. Every no is going to lead to my yes. They don't really know me. I'm not worried about any negative comments. And any criticism only makes me better. So I'm thinking about everything positive so I can post and don't even trip about it. I can go live and don't even care. I can cold call and get 10 no's today. It don't affect me at all. And you know what that's going to do? It's going to make me better. It's going to sharpen my skill. And eventually, due to the law of numbers, people finna start saying yes. People going to start buying. Now, at that point, of course, you got to learn a little bit of sales, learn how to craft your offer, but all that part is easy. We got chat GPTs that can help you do all that. The hardest part is uncovering all the stuff that stops you from actually doing it. This is how some of y'all are really missing out on hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars because you got a gift. You got something in you that millions of people don't know nothing about because you scared to say it. It's not that they don't need your book. It's not that they don't need your consulting. It's not that they don't need your service. They don't know you exist. You ain't said it long enough. I just read something that it takes somebody 3 times seeing to understand what you said. They got to hear it 3 times for you to even understand what you said. It's people to this day that thinks digital real estate they think I'm talking about physical homes. As much as I have talked about digital marketing, when I say digital real estate, they like, do I need a license, Brother Ben? A license for what? They think I'm selling homes. So I got to, even me that got 40,000 posts, I got to continuously market, explain different ways. That's normal. Now, can I switch it up? And have I started switching it up? Yes, I don't say digital real estate anymore because it was too confusing. So I have a better way of saying it now. And then once you get in, you will learn, oh, this is digital real estate. So that's neither here nor there, but those are easy fixes. If I was stuck with lack of self-worth, I wouldn't have been able to even get my reps in. Watch this. I wouldn't have been able to get my reps in to get the response to know what I needed to refine. So instead of mistakes being something negative, how about mistakes is the course correction that I need to keep making me better and be refined? So I actually need to rush to make mistakes so I can correct it faster and faster and faster, and I'm going to get better and better and better. But if my thought process about a mistake is, oh, that means I'm a failure, then I'll never take the leap. I'll never launch because I'm afraid of making a mistake, which is a part of doing business. Am I talking to somebody, man? Who am I talking to now? Somebody bear witness now. Alex Hormozy. I'm about to close. I'm about to go back to the screen. How many of y'all know Alex Hormozy, the guy who launched $1 million offers, $100 million leads? He just made $100 million he broke the world record of a book launch. They did $100 million in, I think, 24 hours. How many of y'all have seen his content? Y'all seen him, right? Do you know, some of y'all, if not entrepreneurs, you may not know who he is, but look him up. He's a great businessman. He give a good game. I was listening to him one day, and I don't have failed partnerships and businesses that have been up and failed. This man said, I've had 9 failed partnerships. Alex Hormozy is his name. Alex Hormozy. He said, I've had 9 failed partnership. Now here I am. I've had a few, and y'all have been a part of. Y'all done seen them online. I'm gonna get with somebody. Y'all seen it, and I'm like, damn, man, that's a lot to me, man. 3 times, man. Shoot, I'm mad. I'm upset, and I'm listening to him one day. He has $100 million businesses, and he drops this on me. Not on me, but he dropped it on me. I've had 9 failed partnerships. Wow. Here I am, thinking, dang, man, and this man, it must be a part of the process. It's a part of the process. But if I would have been woe is me, man, I would have never kept going. I would have never tried to do it again. I would have never collaborated again. Again, that's all mindset. And I'm trying to just give y'all as much as I can. I hope I'm not rambling, but I'm trying to, everybody that's on listening to me, you may be at a different point. You may have a business partner and you may be dealing with something. You may have had a failed thing and you just down on yourself. So I'm trying to give you as much as my experience and stuff is possible to try to free you and just change your thought process, because it's literally freeing and will help you go out and do what you need to do without all of this guilt and shame and stuff that's on your head that don't need to be there. Okay? All right, let's continue. We almost through. Can y'all give me 15 more minutes? Y'all got 15 more minutes. I know some of y'all sleepy. Y'all may be on Eastern time. I'm finishing up. Type the number 2 if you see it, meaning the inner thought, and you know yourself well enough to know you're not going to fix this alone and you want some hands-on help with this. Okay, now you're aware. You see the problems, but to really change this mindset and stick to it, you want help with this. You would like my help to be able to see it, help you notice some of your blind spots, because it's hard to see it because it's blind, and help you course correct and get back on track. And having a outside perspective will be good for you on this journey that you're on, because you've been having this mindset with yourself for the past probably decades. So it's going to be kind of difficult, and you want to speed that process up. Okay, so I see guest user, iPhone, press the number 2. Sister Nakia, press the number 2. Brother Michael, press the number 2. Anybody else who okay, I see it, I get it, I understand it, but I would like hands-on help with this to overcome this a lot faster, so I can get to freedom a lot faster and finally start living the life and have the behavior that's needed, that's going to produce the result. Because at the end of the day, no matter how many mentors you get, how many programs you get, it is your behavior that is going to be the cause to the effect in your life. It is how you see yourself that's going to produce the behavior that's going to give you the effect in your life. They can't see you for you. It has to be you. So Terrence, press the number 2. Gino, press the number 2. Okay, got you. All right. Now, I do have a program that helps you out specifically with this, and it's a 90-day program, because this is not, I'm telling you, it's not an overnight process. That's why I said, who gonna need help with this? I know all of you, but I just wanted to ask. This is not a overnight process just because you got off this live. So this is a 90-day program that I have that's going to be done with you. I'll be with you for 90 days. In the second half, we deal with marketing. The second half, we're going to deal with your offer, your website, and ads and all that good stuff. But what I've learned is, if I give you that before I give you this, you're just going to be wasting your money. You're going to be stuck. And hopefully y'all see that now, because I wanted to take y'all down this journey with me so that y'all don't think I'm trying to put a thought in your head. I wanted to give you examples for you to come to your own conclusion and say, wow, it is my own thought process that's been in the way. So the first thing that we're going to have with this is the paradigm profile. What this paradigm profile is, you're going to answer a series of questions. And y'all know, like the DISC assessment, I've created something to where when you take this quiz, it will literally give you your paradigm profile. What's been holding you back? It'll let you know what your strengths are due to your answers, where you show up weak in your answers, and how this is actually affecting your business and how it shows up for you. How many of y'all would love to have something like that so that you can have a personalized report about you, so that you can see all of the gaps? We uncovered some of the gaps today, but how about having like the gap to identify, hey man, this is really the profile that's been holding me back. And if I can overcome this after understanding myself, I can start moving forward. The next thing that we will have is the inner blueprint. This is the program. 45 days. We're going to have exercises and practical things that you're going to do to transform your paradigm, transform the way that you see yourself. So over the 45 days, you have the rewire framework that I have that y'all saw on the website if y'all looked at it. Daily practices that makes the new self-image automatic. That's the goal here. You need to make how you see yourself a subconscious thought. It needs to be like driving a car and tying your shoe. The fear, the procrastination, the playing small, you dissolve the next. You dissolve the next, so the moves you've avoided for years finally feel natural. What I mean by that, going live, posting content, following up, doing sales calls. By the end of that, the things that you thought was difficult and you didn't do, it's going to feel natural. It's going to be basically a habit. Now, how many of y'all need that? You have information, you have tactics and strategies, and you need to make it into a habit because you have not been doing it for your business, which has led to the results that you have. And some of y'all already put in there, you would have had millions by now. You had 100,000 by now, 50,000, whatever your number is. The point is you would have had more than you have right now if you was doing something different. That's just simple mathematics. The value of something like that is around 4,000, really more than that, because that alone is literally the barrier that's stopping us from doing what needs to be done to bring money in or to service and bring clients in for our business. The next step is the digital wealthy system. Now, this is more on the practical side, going into the marketing. So in this, you built the machine that turns the new you into the income system. So now that you're free to go live, you have all of the hidden thoughts that stops you from doing everything marketing wise to execute. Now that that's clear, day 46, now it's time to go into your marketing. We go over your messaging, we go over your offer, we go over your website, and for the next 60 days, our team will be running your ads or guiding you, not running your ads, guiding you into running your ads from the calls. This is how I was able to help bring in 75,000 leads for my past client in a week. And we spent less than like $1,900. So you can do the math on that. But this is the digital wealthy system. And in this digital wealthy system, we have AIs that can guide you and tell you exactly what needs to be fixed in your offer, exactly your target audience, what needs to be said so that you don't have to do too much thinking. You can focus on your gift. You can focus on your service. And you have a system that's going to tell you literally step by step what needs to be done next. How many of y'all need this? Press yes in the comment section if this is something that you need. You've been struggling with marketing. You would love to go 100%, but you don't know which 100% way to go. You got so many different strategies. You hear something different every day on the podcast, and you just don't have a step-by-step blueprint when it comes to the marketing. You have an idea, do a webinar, do a funnel, post on Instagram, but you don't have the practical step that you need to do on a daily basis. And you don't have a coach that has experience that can give you an outside look into your business, give you a different perspective that you can't see yourself. Comment yes in the comment section if that's something that you really need. All right. Number 4, the fourth component, and that's why that is worth 10,000. But the fourth component of this is, I would say, is the most important part. If you apply it, is it comes with the weekly group coaching. Now, this is going to be a cohort. You guys are going to start this all at the same time. Okay. It's not going to just be a course that you guys get access to with some videos. Like, it's going to be done with you, and it's going to be a cohort. So we're going to be doing this thing together over the next 90 days. But with this portion of it, you're never stuck alone. Now that you understand what your patterns are, you're able to come to the calls armed with the awareness that you need to fix the pattern, but I'm also going to be there to give you feedback and exercises that you can use to overcome some of those patterns as well. Because again, we've always been with ourselves. So it may be hard for us to see where we're blind. It may be hard for us to see patterns that we didn't see, but it may be easy for somebody on the outside to see. So every week you get me live, eyes on your exact situation. So when you hit a wall, it clears your days, it clears your months, and it saves you hours of time of trial and error. Okay. The next thing is I have, again, like I said, I have an AI called Benny. Now, can you imagine having this type of game 24/7? Now, I'm not saying I'm the best. I would say I'm one of the best, though, humbly speaking, because of the work and the level of study I put in. But imagine having somebody that can give you this clarity and perspective 24/7. So if you're up at 3 o'clock in the morning and there's patterns showing up, there's someone or something that you can talk to and is trained and programmed to coach you and reveal things the way that I reveal. How many of you all could benefit from that? Basically having me in your pocket to help you analyze where your patterns are showing up in your marketing, where your patterns are showing up in your business, and you're able to go back and forth and get real-time solutions 24/7. That's how I've programmed this Benny AI coach. It has my frameworks, my books, how I speak, the research I've done. Again, a lot of what I'm doing is scientific. It ain't even like my opinion, like I'm talking about the mind, the subconscious, how things work. It's scientific. And it's mixed with my experience when it comes to marketing in the digital age. That's what makes it different. It's tailored towards the digital marketing era and how your patterns are showing up in your business online. If that's something you would be interested in and you know you can find value in, I want you to comment yes if that's something you can benefit from. So Benny would know your exact pattern already from your profile, right? So the reason your first step would be to take the paradigm profile, because that's how it is. That profile is going to show up in many areas, even your relationships. So imagine you ask it a question and it's answering based on your specific profile. So this ain't no chat GPT where it's giving you a generalized answer. It's answering based on your profile, your answers, and what we have installed for you. And then lastly, the wealth activation workspace, which I'll share with you guys at the end here. But what this is a 7-day challenge, basically. It is a book. It comes with my book, The Secrets to Making Money Online, 13 Master Keys, the 8 Wealth Moves that you should be making in your business, and live building tools that gives you a fast start so that you feel momentum before the program even ramps up. So this is going to be your own little workspace. Can you imagine? Sometimes we read books, but we have no way of, like, some of y'all journal, but I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I may lose my journal. Sometimes I don't want to flip back 10 pages. Imagine having a digital workspace that is, once you put your answers in, it always saves where you are, and it's like a compounding digital memory, if you will, of your progress in your life. So as you go through the workbooks that I have in this, you're able to keep all of that saved, and it's organized like your own little profile, but about your brain, about your patterns, and about your mind. So you never have to try to remember all this stuff, keep it in your head, or write this down. It'll all be in an area for you in our wealth activation workspace. Now, all of this is what you would get in the program. If I was to give you the total value of something like this, it would be $20,000. Now, in my mind, I think it's priceless. But that's my mind and how I think, because I know how much money I've made because of these things, how much money other people have made, and I know how much I've lost or not, the opportunity value if we would have had these things in place. But I have a question. Based on where you are, how much do you guys think having all of this is worth? Put it in the comment section. What do you think it's worth? What is it worth for you to finally get unstuck, for you to finally be able to go live, for you to finally identify the patterns that's keeping you stuck, not even just business-wise, but on a personal level? What is that worth to you if you had to put a number on it? Put it in the comment section. I just want to see where you guys are with it. You guys may say this ain't worth $100. Okay, great. That's what you think. But I do want to know, what do you guys think based on where you are, how it will be valuable to your business? If not, great. I thank you for tuning into the live. Hopefully I added some value to you all. And you can part ways if this is something you don't think would be beneficial for you. I just know from studying this since 2018 scientifically, you're going to run into it. You're going to run into yourself anyway, whether if you do it here or you do it elsewhere. you're going to run into it once you start to be 100% dissatisfied with the results that you keep getting. Somebody said 2,500. Who else? Sister Shalon said priceless. What do you guys think something like this would be worth? And you can be honest. Now, some of you all said if you would have had these things unblocked, you would be able to make $1 million. You would be at 100,000. You would be at maybe 10,000 or just thousands of dollars a month. Everybody goal isn't $1 billion. Everybody goal isn't $1 million. Maybe you want to just take care of yourself, your family. Maybe you just want to get your book out. So everything is going to be different, and life occurs differently for everyone. 4,500. Okay. Anybody else? I see Gino. I see Brother Ghazi. I see Sister Kirsten, Latoya, Malik Rob, Michael, Dillard, Nat. What's y'all thoughts? What would this be worth to you personally? It's going to be worth differently for everybody else. Now, for those of y'all who stayed to the end, what I want you, well, I'll do it at the very, very, very end. Like I said, I do have some bonuses for you guys that are going to be free. One, the secrets to make money online, that walks you through how to create and sell your products digitally. And then the second product is going to be a business checklist, something that you need to do pretty much on a daily basis to stay on the path so that you don't revert back to the pattern that you have. Now, for those of you all who are on this webinar, typically this program is going to go for $6,500. I'm telling you right now, because this is a 90-day program. This is not a course you get access to and then I don't have to talk with you guys. I'm going to be giving you guys my time. I spent over $100,000 on courses and programs and mentorship over the years. Those of y'all who followed me, transparently, I spent $25,000 for one program. And actually, it was Grant Cardone's program. It was a sales program that he had. And I wanted to see what it looked like to have a licensed program. I paid $25,000 for one program. So you guys are going to get access to pretty much a brain that has spent $100,000, because everything I got, I'm going to give. And as y'all can see, I don't hold back. I try not to hold back as much as I can. So publicly, this program, this 90-day done with you program, not done DIY, is going to be $6,500. Now, on this call, for those of y'all who are going to take advantage on this actual call, it is actually going to be $2,500 for you all, or you can do a 3-pay. That's wrong. Not $2,500, but $1,500. As you can see, there is a big discount for those who pay in full. There is a big discount for those who pay in full. Again, this program worth, I would say, realistically, hundreds of thousands. But tonight, you guys can get access for $2,500 if you want done with you help. This offer does end tonight. So when you go to the website, I'm going to share my screen right now so that you guys can see it. It does end tonight. We got about 2 hours actually. This price, you're still going to get a good price. At midnight, this price is going to turn into $3,000. So if you get it tonight, you're going to get access for $2,500 total, or you can do a 3-pay of $1,500. Obviously, you're going to save a lot of money if you pay in full. You're going to also see on here if you guys need financing. Question before I go to the next part. How many of y'all believe that you need this course? You'll want this course. You may not have the money right now, but money aside, let's say money aside, let's put the investment aside of things. Put the comment yes if you think this is something that will be beneficial for you, helpful for you in your business. Investment aside, put the investment to the side. Don't think about the money part. We're just talking about the information and the transformation for your life. The reason I wanted you to do this is we do have creative financing options, okay? So the same way we need cars, and we go finance the same way we need a home or whatever big purchase we may have. Now, this is not big, and I'm saying that not because, oh yeah, it's not big to you, Brother Ben. I want you guys to start expanding your thought process. People in other communities spend 30,000, 50,000. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all, and I'm not lying. God is my witness. A similar offer to this, I was just checking out the program to see what they do. I got quoted $50,000 for 3 months. There was a done with you program that deals with the mindset, deals with your self-image, and walks you. They help you through the program. They quoted me $50,000 for 3 months. Now, some may say that's a lot. A lot is a perception, because there are other programs that cost more. I've heard of people that have $1 million offers. I've heard of people that have $100,000 offers. Am I there yet? Am I charging that much yet? No, not yet. Eventually, God will and I will. So it's all perception. But the level of how you invest in yourself, how do you expect others to be able to invest in you if you aren't able to invest in yourself? How easier would it be for you to state your number that you deserve when you know you have spent that amount in yourself? Now, I'm saying all that to say there is a financing option that you will have to qualify for. This $2,500 or $3,000 may be able to be broken up into a couple $100 a month. So I don't want you guys to exit yourselves out and allow those patterns to come back in your mind right now when it's time to invest in yourself. When you see this number, you may not have it. You may have it. Great. If you want access, you can go to www.therewireos.com/program and get in before midnight. Or there is a button on there that's going to say don't have the first payment. Book a call about the financing. You do need to book a call ASAP. If you book the call tonight and we meet, let's say probably tomorrow, I'll go ahead and honor the price because I know you was coming in and looking to do the financing part. Okay. So again, you're looking at 3 payments of $1,500 or 1 payment of $2,500, which will save you time. Now, for those of y'all who want the bonus, DM me the word bonus on Instagram, and I am going to send you the bundle, the free bundle for staying to the end. For staying to the end, I'm going to DM you the bundle for staying to the end. Just DM me the word bonus on Instagram. DM me the word bonus, and I will send it over to you. Now, at this time, I do want to take questions. I know we've been on here for about, it seemed like 3 hours. If anybody have questions, press the number 1 in the comment section. If you have a question, maybe you're unclear about something, you have a concern about something, whatever, press the number 1 if you have any questions. Again, if you want the bonus, you can DM me. If you want to take advantage of this program so that you can finally get unstuck, and I'm going to help you one-on-one. If I was able to earn your trust if you're here for the first time, if you guys believe I have the skill set to be able to help you notice some of these things about yourself so that you can unlock it, then you can go to www.therewireos.com/program. And if you have any problems with that, just shoot me a private message on Zoom if you're having a problem, if you are trying to pay. Do anybody have any questions or feedback? Questions or feedback, press the number 1. I would love to hear from as many of y'all as possible to see what you gain, because I just like to hear what you guys gain. If you guys were able to discover, hey, this came from my childhood. Hey, this came from when I was 7. This stirred from when I was 15. And if we can clear that, you can become a new human being again. Be ye transformed by the renewing of our mind. We can be, quote unquote, born again. Because technically we are a new human being that has a new lens on how we see life, how we see business, how we see ourselves. How we move should be different. How we think should be different. How we hear, how we see, everything should be different once you start to understand these principles, how the mind works, and then consciously are able to pick up on the patterns when they happen in real time. Now, there's a whole nother blueprint that you guys are going to get called Why Am I Stuck that I break down inside of the program, where we break down what's called facts versus stories, considerations. We're going to break down rackets. See, these are things that we may complain about in our life over and over again, areas where we feel like we have a loss of power, but there is something underneath that we're going to uncover that will free us tremendously. Now, that one may have people crying. Just when I took this program in person where they was doing this with us, it was a lot of people crying because it's very revealing. And you will find out and see a lot about yourself that you may not like that you was doing unconsciously, unwittingly, that is costing you something that you truly really want in your life. For example, you may have this hidden desire to be right. So you're seeing somebody in a certain way and you have treated them wrong. And you logically have made it make sense in your head why it's justified for you to treat them a certain way. But the cost is the cost of connection, the love, the communication that you really want deep down, that you mask and act like you don't care about, but you really want it. Happens all the time. Something has taken place mentally, story-wise, where you have created something that really doesn't exist based on the facts. If you separate the story from the fact, you will see that our life is being ran by the story, not by what actually happened to me. And again, that shows up personally and business-wise. All right. Well, if don't nobody have any questions, you guys have the website. Now, don't try to DM me after this and have a question. This is the time to ask the question. If y'all DM me after this, I don't know if I'm gonna respond now. But y'all got access to me right now. If you got a question about marketing, if you got a question about sales, if you got a question about, hey, what's your perspective on something, this is the time to ask. Okay? Other than that, www.therewireos.com/program. You should see the countdown. As long as you beat the countdown, you're in, you're good. If you don't beat the countdown, guess what? It's still a crazy deal even after the countdown is over. So thank y'all for listening. Thank you guys for staying with me for 3 hours. Hopefully I was able to impart some knowledge and insight into your life that allows you to see where you're actually stuck, because once you uncover that, once you change that, you should see a new human being in the world. And I want to say this for those who may not get in the program right now. I encourage you to take action, a small action, as soon as possible. When you leave here, you'll begin to start to look at, okay, what was the 6 faculties? Okay, how do I handle those? Okay, and you'll try to do it on your own, naturally. That's fine. But reinforce that new person, reinforce those new thoughts that you want with action. Courage does not come by reading. Courage doesn't come by reading. Confidence comes by actually doing. Many people are trying to read and study your way into confidence. No, you need to act your way into confidence. So you may not go live, you may not post, but I encourage you, make a video every day and just store it for yourself. Just save it in your phone. You don't even got to post it. You may just make the video, but then not post it yet. Just to get in the habit of, I'm making a video every day. So start small and grow large, and it's like a muscle. It'll grow. And these are the type of exercises that I'll be doing with you guys to help you overcome your personal thing that's stopping you. You know, once I understand what your profile is, after you take the assessment, I'll know, okay, this is what we need to do to help him overcome that. And it's a gradual process. Don't think this is something that's going to happen overnight. You know why? We didn't get where we were overnight. It took years of programming. Now, it don't have to take us years to get out of it, but some of you've been having that thought process all of your life. So give yourself grace, give yourself patience if you're not a total, complete different person in 2 days. Okay? Question, Brother Elijah, go ahead.
Mark. First of all, definitely appreciate everything, the jewels that you dropped. For real, I mean, it really touched home for me particularly. Um, my question is more on the side of like the automation, and then something I was really interested in that definitely would help me in the work that I do. When you say you created your own AI, modeled it after yourself that could be able to answer questions. That's one of the things that I run into with a lot of my clients, doing education work. If I could create an AI similar to that understood how to answer questions, do you do that as well? Like help the guidance or show your students how to set that up?
Yes, in my 101 program. So when you go to that website, you'll see 2 options. You'll see the first option, which is the group cohort. That's us doing the group 6-week or 90-day together. Underneath that, you will see a different price. And again, both have financing options that we can go over. You just book a call and then we can see about the financing. But that one is one-on-one. So that's where it's literally done for you, right? So we're going to do the 45 days together still, because you still need the blueprint. But instead of you doing that in a group setting, that's going to be one-on-one with you. And then with the marketing, instead of it being a group setting, you getting access to the course, and then I'm kind of reviewing it. It's going to be, no, we're doing it for you. So it's more accelerated. So if you say, okay, within that offer, hey, Brother Ben, we need a AI bot, then that's where we can create the same thing that we have for you. And you can have basically your own AI consultant that they can talk to 24/7. So that'll be something that I can offer in that second package.
Okay, that's kind of what we talked about when I booked the consultant.
Say it again.
I said, is that similar to what we talked about when we talked during a one-on-one consultant?
No, that one that we talked about solution wise was more so for like your landing page and getting your funnel done. This one is like a 90-day boot camp, if you will, dealing with you personally, dealing with those roadblocks, and there's just more that we'll do done for you. That offer that we talked about, it'll be done for you what we're doing, but it's not like the whole entire marketing that you're gonna get in this type of program with the full-fledged offer suite.
Okay, and does the one-on-one have a discount as well?
Yes. So it is cheaper, paid in full, and it also has a payment plan option. And with the paid in full, that financing that I'm talking about, there's a website that allows you to like do like funding. So if you qualify, they'll give you, the whole amount, and then you can do the payment plan to them. They can, if you qualify, it may be 6 months out, it may be 12 months out. That's why I said I didn't want anybody to check themselves out just because they saw the price. If you qualify, even just got decent, credit, they'll do a soft pull. You may be looking at just a couple hundred, but you got access now to the full program. And the goal is for us to really execute and get going so we can stop being stagnant. And then the business should pay it off, not out of your personal pocket. The goal is for us to get stuff going so the business can pay for itself.
Makes sense. Okay. No, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Anybody else? Questions? And if y'all don't see that on the website, soon as you put in like your information right up under the like 2 different options, it should say don't have the first payment, just book a financing call, and then we'll go over that. Sister Nakia, go ahead.
So you had mentioned earlier, you were saying, I think you were saying it was Coach Khan who had like reached out to somebody or had made a pitch or something like for people for financing. Is that an option here as well? Like to maybe offer a pitch to get funding?
Coach Khan, are you here? Are you listening? Or he probably busy, he probably in the studio or something. Coach Khan, are you here? I see him on. He may be busy. But basically what what that is called, he called it 10 to win. And basically he taught them how to just go to people and say, hey, I'm looking to do X, Y, and Z for this program. Can you sponsor $100? Then you call the next person. Hey, I'm looking to da da da. And by the time they finished, they got the full program money. So he was just basically showing them how to step outside of the box. And even if you don't have that type of financing, who have you been a good person to? Who have you been a good sister to? Who have you been a good brother to? And just say, hey, can you spare 200? You never know what people got and what they're willing to do for you. So he just says, hey, go for it, call 10 people and see what happens. And most of the time they come up with the full price of the program. What is that? Is it Sheba?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good.
I want to ask how can we get the record of this meeting?
Say it one more time.
I'm asking how can I get the record of this meeting?
Are you in DBA?
Yeah.
I will give it to them. We'll upload it in the replay. Yeah, it'll be in the replay section.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Any questions? Clarity? All right, family. Well, okay, go ahead. There we go. I knew y'all got some questions now. Y'all shy. Come on, Gino. What you got?
Well, I don't have a question, but I did just want to say thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate this because I'm one of them people that have bought courses and stuff like that and got lost in it, stuck, and just put it down. And ain't nobody reaching out to see why you ain't logged on, or if you need any help or anything like that. So I think this was like this is the first time I've seen that, man, and I think that's huge. So I just wanted to say I appreciate that. Also, one of the things that I got from it early on in the beginning, just one of the things was setting a goal.
Yep.
Never set a goal for myself. So I don't have a predetermined destination to get to. So therefore it enables me to be like, oh no, I'll do it tomorrow. And then that turned into next week and so forth and so on. But with a goal set, then I can kind of push myself harder and I got an expectation. So one of the things I got. So really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Excellent point. That is the problem for probably 90% of people. They don't have a goal. So by Wednesday, you don't know how in the middle of the week if you're making progress or not. At the end on Friday, you don't know if you really been productive or not because you don't have, and not just a goal, a measurable goal. So I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to market this week. That's my goal. What does that mean? What does that look like? How many people specifically? See, that's how we continue to get better because that's how you can continue to refine yourself. How do I refine? I just want to market. Well, if I post a post on Instagram story, I technically market it. If I make a little written post on Facebook, I guess I technically market it. Well, what was my goal? I wanted to make X amount of dollars. I wanted to get X amount of sales. I was going to contact X amount of people. I either did it or I didn't. I either contacted 50 people or I didn't. But when our goals are so abstract, you're right. You don't have a target, nothing that you're striving for. So it's easy to say, well, I'll do it next week. Or it's easy to trick yourself into thinking that you was productive. So great point. Thank you for bringing that out. That's absolutely true. And why a lot of people are behind because they literally don't have a measurable goal set for themselves. All right, family. So it's getting late. And I'm gonna give y'all time if y'all gotta move some money around, whatever y'all gotta do. I believe this program 1000% is worth it. I'm going to stand on that. And it's backed by science, it's backed by results. Every person you can think of, Tony Robbins, any biggest athlete, it starts with the mind. And I'm just tailoring it towards the digital upside. So I see you guys on the other side if you guys are getting in the program. And I'm going to be doing this, God willing, every Thursday, by the way. So if you need to come back on Thursday, remember, you may get something new next Thursday. Life may happen, something new may happen, and you get something different next Thursday. So if you got to come until you ready, that's fine. Also, something I didn't put in the slide, those of y'all who join, I will have a affiliate opportunity for you guys. As I'm doing this, I'm pretty sure y'all thinking about all type of people who need this, all type of people who got mental blockers. So once you guys become a product of the product, I am going to have a affiliate option that's going to be a nice chunk for you guys to resell the program as well, for people who need it. And the good thing about this, it's all mindset. So almost everybody probably has a block, whether they making $1 million and they feel stuck, or $5,000. It's just simple. It's a roadblock. It's a thought process that's stopping them. So it ain't got nothing to do with, if somebody got to be making a certain amount of money. This is universal. All of us have somewhere, even me. I'm blind somewhere. The good part is just having somebody outside yourself being able to notice it. So thank y'all for sharing. Thank y'all for coming. Thank everybody who's been participating. Peace, and I'll see y'all next time.